pick up a couple of heads a night. Somebody give me a guillotine. I just might ride on my enemies. Dog and I fuck on my energy. Nowadays they just talk, but they talk about nothing. Nowadays everybody wanna say something. Goddamn, I'm the man and it feel like it. Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please. I'm trying to get paid.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd without fear. Got the homie Robo of Left Face TV. We are back, man. Look, hey, look, I'm hype right now. Y'all gonna have to.
He said Ernie, the Blerd without fear. It's Ernie, the Blerd without fear, content creator with 100,000 subs.
Woo, woo.
Getting that plaque behind him is gonna be up on the wall. It's gonna be legit.
Wait, I wonder if will this go through? I don't know if it's gonna go through, but we're doing the thing. Look, I'm gonna hit the music for myself, if not for no one else. I gotta hit the. That was for me and nobody else. That was for me and nobody else.
You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it.
But let me see here. You know what?
100,000 is a fucking lot.
Yes,
it's a lot.
Yes.
You know what's funny is I remember you talking about how the video watching crowd is always different from the streamer crowd, right? But because when we interact with people, you know, chats to chat, and we love you all. Don't get me wrong, but 100,000. You know what I mean,
dude?
That's you. That's you. You got 200, 300 people in Blerd Cave. You got 150 here. 100,000 motherfuckers are watching your videos, and that's all you. That's what's up.
That is.
That's what's up.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you.
Ernie's like, I know.
No, like no bullshit. When I saw it, I had to sit down.
You better not cry, right? You got your crying in last night. You can suck that shit out.
But
yeah.
But no.
You know how we always be like, I'm dead. I'm laughing out loud, man. I'm crying. When you said like I'm in tears right now, I was like, yeah, man. You know, I'm thinking in my head, me too. That's so dope.
It's like,
and I
for
saw
real.
your video. I was like, oh, he's crying for real. I'm like, okay, no, I'm good. I'm good.
He's like, no, it ain't me. It ain't me. It ain't me. But no, in all seriousness, yeah. Also, you know, I just realized I updated this will tell you how much I've gotten out of pocket. I updated the chat. I updated the chat because I'm no longer using the web version of Social Ninja. I'm using the app version, and I changed everything. I forgot to change it on the thing. That's why there's nothing on that side.
Oh.
Excusez-moi. But I mean, there is chat. It's just it's
not gonna be on the screen there.
It's not on the screen right away. No.
We'll survive. We'll survive.
Yeah. Look. It's
just
gonna be okay.
Put a little text input and be like under construction.
Under construction. That's it. That's all it is.
That's it.
But yeah, no, I cried. When I told my wife, like, cause like, so to tell you, when I walked into the like the way our house is set up, like there's the hallway that runs about most of the length of the house, but then there's like the kitchen, and then there's like the little living room area where we pretty much always hang out. And I was walking down the hallway into the kitchen, and Cynthia could see that I was crying, and she was like, are you okay?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, right. She was like, man, bitch made ass.
What the fuck you crying for now? No.
Well, like right, just like, man, fucking hoe ass out here crying, man. You got a lot of hoe in you. Nah.
No, I'm playing. What you say?
Nah, in all seriousness, she was like, babe, or she's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. She's like, oh, okay. She's like, for a second, I thought you were crying. Like, she's like, I was worried. I was like, yeah, I am. I'm good. I was like, I'm good. She was like, what's? It's like something bad happened. I was like, no. I was like, whew, quite the opposite. I was like, quite the opposite. And then she was like, it happened, didn't it? And I was like, we did it. I was like, we did it. Yeah. Also, dude, you know what?
She's like, can I quit now? Can I stay home?
Can I finally be a stay-at-home wife, please?
Yeah.
But no. But I'm gonna tell you the ones that really got me. That like for as ugly as I cried in that little video that I posted, it was worse. When my mother said something to me about it. Because for those who do not know, my mother has been ridiculously supportive of the channel. More than she has been supportive of anything I have ever done in my life. And I don't want to make this very clear. I'm not saying she's never supported me on anything I want to do for her. What I'm saying is my mother has
not like this.
Yeah, like this was like okay, so I remember when I was wanting to get into music, she never really got
a band, right?
Yeah. I was in a band. Like, even though technically she never, my mom works nights or before she retired, she worked nights. And so she never really got to come to any of the shows. Because they would always be when she was working, but like she was always like, words of encouragement, and whenever it's like, hey, we got a new song, she would always want to hear it. And when I got into being a DJ, like she actually helped me get all the like turntables and mixers and speakers. And she even helped me like all kinds of crazy shit.
You got brothers and sisters?
Not by her. All of my siblings are from different dads.
This is different moms. They're from different moms, right?
Yeah, they're from different moms. Yeah. But,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is some only child shit right here. What you want, baby? But turntables? You got it. You got it.
I got you. Well, it's funny because like, it was these were all things that like, well, they all went places. Like they were never things that like materialized to anything that was like, that you could point to as like tangible success. So when the day came that I decided I wanted to make a YouTube channel for the third or fourth time, you would imagine my mother would probably be skeptical that it would be anything I would stick with. And to give you an idea, like she even went through the podcast only era where I was doing tabletop gaming podcasts.
Oh wow.
And she doesn't give a fuck about Dungeons and Dragons. But like she would listen, she would support, and to really shine a spotlight. And you actually want to first off, because I am going to cry, so I got to do this first. I got to drop the bomb.
Here we go. God. See, I'm gonna try to make him laugh. That way you don't cry. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ruin it.
He's like, I got you. No, it's like, but no.
I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna Facebook message your wife. I'm like, can you come get your damn husband?
Can you get this man?
If I cry on stream, I'm gonna be real upset because it's gonna be your fault.
It's over. But no, I gotta drop the bomb. I got to drop the bomb for my moms. Because even before the channel started doing like really well in the early days, once again, she was supportive. She was there on Patreon, still on Patreon. Like she was my first patron. Like didn't even ask, just did that of her own volition. She every video when I was still on Facebook, like every post, she was always like, it wasn't, I won't say every post, but like anytime I put up like a new video, she was always, liking the video, sharing the video. All the time. Didn't like, and I want to make this, really clear. While my mother was instrumental in introducing me to comics, she could not give a fuck about them today. So the fact that like,
as long as you were happy,
as long as I was happy, and like, how many videos later, like, and she still, like, matter of fact, when I was talking to her, I could tell she had one of my videos on. Like, and that's the thing, like, you talk about, like,
support.
Your parents are always like, oh yeah, I got you. We got, like, lip service is one thing, but to actually see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's moms, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
But even with all that, I'm gonna tell you the thing that really got me. My daughter. So when I told her, she ran up and gave me the biggest hug. Like, and like I tell my daughter all the time how proud I am. She's a smart girl. Her teachers are always like bragging on her, writing notes on her papers, talking about how much they love having her in class. That she's so good, that she's a born leader, and that she's so sweet and nice to other kids. And
she said she can't sing though.
She can't sing. And here's the thing.
So she can't do everything.
She can't do everything. Look. God don't give with both hands. Okay.
Yes,
God don't give with both hands. All right. And my daughter knows this. Like, matter of fact, when she gave us, because they got their report cards the other day, and she was like, oh, I know she was like, I'm actually shocked I got an E in music, because she was like, I suck at singing, and I know I failed the singing test. Like, she was like, that was her. Like, nothing for me. That was all her. But I tell her all the time how proud I am of her, that, she's so smart, that she's so warm, that she's so kind, that she's everything that, like, she's everything that I honestly wished that I was when I was a kid. Like I was like, because that's what you want. You want your kids to be better than you, and you want to set them up for success. So like, I'm so proud that she is the kid that she is. But when she told me how proud she was of me, killed me.
Yeah,
killed me. She may as well have told me that somebody died. Like, that's how quickly I started crying. Like, I was just like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. Like, I had, like, honestly, the happiest my daughter has ever made me in life, I can actually now quantify in 2 instances. It's the day that I first laid eyes on her.
Mm-hmm.
And that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that moment. So yeah, it's man. Yeah, like I said, anyway. That said, I've talked a lot about me. I want to talk about y'all. I want to talk about y'all for a minute.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say me. I was like, oh, I ain't got nothing. Nah, I'm good.
He's like, what I do? He's like, wait, did I do some shit?
I didn't prepare a speech, man. So yeah, it's all you. Go ahead.
But I gotta give credit. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Mm-hmm. Because like I told somebody, because I think I when I posted it on Threads, I saw someone, I think they were joking when they said it, but they were like, "Who's we?" Because I was saying, when I said we, I was talking about us all.
That's right.
And I told him, I was like, it takes a village. It takes a village. Seriously, it takes a village. Not just to raise a child, but to grow a community. So I cannot take 100% credit for where we are today versus where we were 6, almost 7 years ago. I mean, yes, I did a lot, but so did y'all. I say this all the time. Nobody gets to this point without help. Nobody, I don't care if it's a one-man operation or not. Nobody gets there by themselves. It takes the people who love and support you, not just your family, but the people in the community that you have developed, that you have built. It takes all of that. So I can't take all the credit. I have to give at least, I want to make sure that I'm clear on saying, I have to give at least half of the credit to everyone that's here in the chat right now, everybody that's a part of Earth's Mightiest subscribers, Earth's Mightiest patrons, the channel members, the lurkers, everybody, because you have at least some modicum of ownership in the success of this channel. It is, I would be a fool. I would be a fool to think otherwise. So, I gotta drop a bomb. I gotta drop a bomb for y'all. I don't promise that this will be the last time that you'll see me cry. You'll probably see me cry again, because honestly, every time I've talked about it, cause I've also, you know what? There's another thing. I gotta say this real quick too. And I promise we'll get to the thing. Shout out to some of y'all who know me personally. I'm not gonna tell all y'all's business. But Robo reached out to me personally. Carter reached out to me personally. Those are like, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'd be more shocked if they didn't. But I really appreciated it nonetheless. And shout out to a lot of y'all who, I know there's some of you that are in the chat. My homie Quinn McGowan out there, who I'm working with on this project. And who y'all have heard me talk about a good bit, in the last few months, because of Project Wildfire. Shout out to Terrell Fields over at Blerd.com. Shout out to Poe Archery Media. My homie Antoine Ghost Mitchell over there. Shout out to there's my homie Ping Rose. Who some of you are on Instagram or TikTok, you probably know who I'm talking about. But yeah, he's one of Earth's mightiest subscribers, and yeah, he was out there putting genuine respect on a motherfucker's name. Shout out to Sal from Comic Pop who responded to me on Threads, and shout out to Drake from over at Comic Drake and Trailer Drake, because he was out there putting the cape on for your boy, and shit, starting to cry again. But yeah, like I said, it ain't me. It ain't me. It ain't just me. I mean, yeah, I make the content, but you know, it's how you all respond to that content that dictates my success. So like I said, man. Shout out to the homie Gearlessbo, who I literally just saw put a super chat in here, and also had reached out. I just saw had reached out to me. You know, shout out to my Nerd 901 fam who hit me up. Nick and Adam Shafani. Yeah, man. There's so many people. But yeah, and also shout out to, you know, once again, shout out to my mom, shout out to, you know, my wife, my kid for putting up with my ass, and my weird ass fucking schedule and living habits, as a result of working from home. Yeah, just shout out to everybody. Everybody's great. Now that said, okay, all right.
Disney, am I right?
Right, Disney ain't shit. Really,
Fucking
really.
Disney.
Look, okay, so y'all want to see? Y'all are about to watch me. Y'all about to watch Blur Without Fear. You call me emo Blerd when I'm emotional.
He's gonna get that. He's gonna get the bangs, put it down in one eye.
Look, I get the 1 billion, and then I'm gonna start singing like AFI songs and
yeah. He's gonna have to change all the lyrics.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change
instead of talking about his parents hating him and shit. He like, my mom loves me, my wife loves me, my daughter loves me. I'm out here doing shit.
Yeah,
everything I do, I succeed. But it's still gonna be sad. You can be like,
sad. It's happy sad.
You know, why is he crying like that? Like the whole song. You know.
Wait a minute. I've been going back and rewatching old episodes of Sliders. I'm gonna be the crying man. I'll be the crying man. But yeah, it's a Blerd with tears T-shirts. Yeah, okay. You know what? That's not a bad. You know what? That's
a good one. That's a good one.
I gotta admit,
at the very least, an emote. I want to see your like face on an emote with the crying tears.
So no bullshit. So Quinn actually busted me upside my head the other day. About this, he's like, man, you need to get on your merch game. And I was like, I always keep forgetting.
Mm-hmm. Make sure it's a union shop.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
make sure it's a union shop. Hey, listen, I'm gonna preface this because I'm gonna be in his ear, making him feel guilty the whole way through. It's probably gonna cost a little more.
Yes,
because we're not gonna get it from people who do child slavery, right?
No.
So you're just gonna pay a little bit more for the shirts because it's gonna be union ethically sourced.
Yeah, so it is funny you say that too, because it's like, I'm not gonna lie, that would actually fuck with my head. It would fuck with my head if like if I was like making something and like it was not above board, like it was not an above board situation, that would actually fuck with my head. Like I would, like, I'm not gonna lie, you know how like sometimes we see like celebrities and they're like, oh, I just found out that this thing that I totally supported is like shitty, and oh my god, I'm gonna take this time to reflect. Like, yeah, it would be one of those like genuinely, I would just kind of be like if there would, I mean, yeah, you'd have to say something like a public statement or some bullshit, sure, but like, but like the public statement wouldn't be like, oh yeah, hear me, play the sad music and be like,
right,
well,
play the ukulele,
right? Like you're like, dun, 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 dun. So I fucked up. Yeah. Like that would be like like, yeah, I wouldn't want to have to go that route.
That's how you know these motherfuckers at the top are super evil, right?
Yes.
I think like when you got creators out there selling shirts and stuff like that, it's easy to not know. You know what I mean? It's easy to just be like, I don't know. I went to this website and I didn't know. But you got these big corporations. It's like, hey, if we get it from this shop out of China, we're gonna double our profit revenue by 300%. Bet, do it, sir. They use children. Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy in the room? Yeah.
Well, and then you get thrown out a window.
You could have stayed. Yeah, you could have stopped at 300%. Shut the fuck up.
Well, it's funny too. I actually need to get that on tap. Was it Mr. Brooks just said it perfectly? Is it Blerd would drop that Miles Morales apology video? Made a mistake. I feel like that would be me. Honestly, I'd be like, look, I fucked up. Okay. I fucked up, okay? Yeah, is that what y'all want to hear? Is that what y'all want to hear from me? I fucked up, okay? I fucked up. But no, yeah, in all seriousness though, yeah, no, I would feel gross. I would feel gross, and like instead of having the sanitized corporate media trained PR analyst, whatever, written apology. My apology would just basically kind of be to the tune of, yeah, man, I fucked up. So yeah. Because and honestly, I feel like that would be more sincere. It would be more sincere than, well, here, let me play the Sarah McLachlan music and put the sad puppies on the screen and be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna need to take some time to make myself
I'll tell you
better.
what, right now, I hope I don't ever get caught up in some bullshit. Because my apologies,
yeah,
like I have like a tank, and it's a really small tank of like fucks. You know what I mean? Unless I don't know, I had to kill somebody, drunken drive and kill somebody. If I mess up and I say I'm sorry, I'm only saying I'm sorry because I feel bad, or else I'm not gonna say I'm sorry.
Right.
But the minute more people will be like, I didn't believe you, blah, 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 I would ruin my own career. Bitch, I don't care if you don't believe me.
But you
Mods, ban the next person that asks me to apologize again. Ban the motherfucker. We're going back to streaming to 3 people.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do think, like, okay, so even though I have criticized people very recently, actually, for not seeming as sincere when giving an apology, I definitely empathize with those instances where I can, like, I think a lot of times you can tell. I think a lot of times you can tell when someone's being sincere versus insincere. Yeah. But in the instances where I am pretty positive that this person's being insincere, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel bad about it. But like, yeah, there have been instances where I've seen people apologize for stuff like and like, I think in good form apologize, and then people are still like busting their heads like years later. It's like the equivalent of like, and I think anyone who's been in a relationship knows what I'm talking about. But like, whenever you made a mistake, your significant other is constantly reminding you of that mistake. Even though you've apologized, you've made amends, it's been several years. And for whatever reason, they just still keep breathing. Like that's what, to me, that's what that would probably feel like if. But if someone did, like, if I made a mistake that was like as egregious, like on that level, and someone was still like, well, he did apologize to me. Guess what? I did. It was in the video. You didn't watch it. Yeah, it was in the video. You didn't watch it.
John Stewart, I'm waiting for a thank you. How about that? How about I'm waiting for a thank you?
Oh, wow. I just realized that. See, Ralph.
So wait, an apology for the.
Well, no. So your shirt's vasectomy.
Look, I'm just trying to save lives. That's all. We're both trying to save lives, just differently. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can like cure a disease. We could stop abortion, dudes. If you don't want people to get abortions, just get a little snip.
Look, hey, you know what you do?
Snap.
You know what you do? You take the bullets, you flip the little chamber, and just take the bullets out the gun, baby. You can point it at anybody. Nobody's gonna care. Yeah. You'd be like, see, look. See, got you. It's not loaded. It's not loaded.
You got scared, didn't you?
You got scared. You thought your life was fucked up for the next 18 years. I got you. But no.
But then she goes, well, now I'm confused on why I'm late. And it's like,
I'd be like,
what
well,
the fuck?
actually, no bullshit. I would.
Well, divorce number 2. God damn.
It's like, well,
it was a good run.
You know what? We were out here.
Yeah,
But-
I broke my last record. You know, my first record was 9 years. We're at 10 now.
Bruh.
Now, you know, if I don't make it, at least I beat the last record. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Yeah, the third wife, we got to go past 11 now, you know?
It's like, oh God, man, y'all killing me with this shit. But that said, yeah, y'all are about to watch me and Robo speed run fucking up the Disney bag. Like this is gonna be the episode that basically tells people that tells Disney and Marvel Studios they are never fucking with me. Ever. Like anyone who says I'm a Marvel shill, you are about to feel some type of way, because I'm gonna say some things that you're probably not expecting.
Especially after the Mayo shit. And look,
Yeah.
I'm imagining in my head right now, like, hey, we're looking for nobody super big because we don't need it in the budget. It's just a little small. I need a, I don't know, maybe like around 100K. Let's get a channel with 100K. We'll get a show and we'll get a sponsor to Disney. $5 million contract. Those guys, I want them. Like, sir, we have some videos we need you.
Yeah. Like,
They said Disney ain't shit. They're lying. Hashtag free DeMayo.
yes. Well, no, it's funny because, and you know, honestly, I don't think companies really care about that sort of shit, if I'm being brutally honest. Because I will point out, what was it? Your friend of the channel, and you former member of the Justice League, Fantastic Frankie. She made a video criticizing Marvel over how Spider-Man 2099 treated Miles Morales into the or not into, but in across the Spider-Verse. And
You put her on that panel, right?
And they had her. They actually invited her to the I don't know if it was Marvel Studios, Disney, wherever, to do a video or something, talking about, you know, more Marvel related shit. So I mean, here's the thing. I think it just depends on how you criticize. But like, yeah,
that's how they get you. That's bribery right there. You like it's called killing them with kindness. Like,
that's what it is.
you're trying to use your platform. How about this?
Now you
come play in Disney World. We're gonna put you up. We're gonna treat you nice. I bet you're gonna go back and talk nice. She goes back next video. You know what?
Yeah.
I think I was a little hard on Disney.
Right? Like, look. But no, that's how they do. That, like, honestly, that is how, like, really, that's honestly, to me, a best practice. Like, when it comes to dealing with dissent. Because it's like, okay, it's easy to respond, and I'll be the first one. I don't take my own advice a lot of the time. It's very easy for me to take a canister of gasoline and pour it on a fire. It's very easy for me to do. I do it all the time. Like, and some of y'all have seen it. Like, if someone like talks out a line to me or says some wild ass shit to me, and I'm just like, hold on, pimp. Hold on, player. I'm like, wait, excuse you? I'm like, I'm gonna need you to calm all the way the fuck down. But I am also someone that in certain situations, like if I have my wits about me, and like I've had a good night's sleep, full 8 hours of rest, got all my water in, I'll be that motherfucker who will be like, well, that's fine, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't like the. I'm sorry you didn't like the video. That sucks. I feel bad about that, but hey man, you can't win them all, and move on my day. And that I've said that to people sometimes, and it fucks them up. So yeah, it happens.
I know it messes me up. I hate when people say that shit to me. like I'm out there. I'm on the way there. I'm thinking about, man, we're probably gonna get into it. And then, ooh, this motherfucker swings. Ooh, I want this motherfucker to swing.
He's like, dude,
I get out there. Hey, before you say anything, I'm sorry, man. I'm like, yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, I fucked up too. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. No.
You
Actually,
really
no, it's my fault.
You know,
it's my fault. It's actually my fault.
I forgot we were arguing. Actually, I was coming here to see if you want to go kick it. You know?
I was like, hey man, you want to go to? Yeah. But no, this is actually one of my favorite sayings right here. May the bridges we burn light the way. That is I used to have a T-shirt with that on it because it was like one of my I literally. That was if there was like a house mantra, that was one of them. Because I would often tell people like, fuck them. Fuck the motherfuckers. But no, I do real quick. I want to here, let's pull this up. I want to pull up we got super chats. Yeah, we got super chats and stuff they need to be addressed. We must address them. Gearless Mo, first and foremost, out here hitting us for, even though technically it's a little over $99.99, that still is technically, it's still max damage. That is still max damage. So we got to give it up for that. We've got
for the damage resistance.
Yeah, right. Just like he put the little extra one on, just like, oh, just in case. But Gil's Mo says extremely happy for you. Remember, this is just the beginning, and people, get those likes up. Man, I love to see it. We have also here. Is that every? Actually, no. We got another one here. Stomp 10 with the 6. Here, and I'm gonna pull this up over here. Can I? Yeah, we can get it. I don't like how it does this. We're gonna have to get this. Can I copy this out? I might have to copy this out and get it onto a different thing. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make this work because that's what we do. Here, let's go to boom, and I'm gonna move this out of the way just for a moment, just so we can kind of see all the stuff, all the things. But we have got here, Stomp 10 with the 6 says, the MCU is definitely not doing black hairs wrong. So many black-led projects, by the way. Godhood Comics has a bad take on this and tried to compare Chris Reeves to Chadwick Boseman, but I do enjoy his comics. Wait, Godhood Comics. Is that the one that does the antagonist? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm almost positive Godhood Comics, I want to say, is the imprint that does the antagonist. Yep, that's who it is. Yep. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I like the antagonist. I think it's a good comic. At least I'm almost positive that's the one. I could be wrong. Once again, I'm open to it. Yep, the antagonist. Yep. However, dude has some wild takes. That's all I'll say. Yeah. Has some.
So many black-led projects. The MCU is definitely not doing black characters wrong. So many black-led projects.
And no, they don't. No, they don't. Not like. I'm like, let's calm down. But you know what? That's what this is for.
Thank you for the $6.
Yeah. He's like, thank you. However, we're gonna address it. We're gonna address it because I promise you, I've taken some notes. And we're gonna talk about some things. And you know what? I think that I do feel like we take the crumbs that Marvel Studios and Disney give out, and we just accept them because it's like, well, shit, right. It's better than what we had.
Or we blow it up because the baseline is so low, it's so crap that if you have one or two titles, you're like, man, look at this.
Look how great it is now. Yeah. No, that's not what we got.
And then there's 11 white lead. Yeah.
100%. Look, and I want to make sure I'm clear when I say this. I am not talking about the comics. I'm strictly talking about, like, y'all see it on the thumbnail. I'm talking about the MCU like a motherfucker. So I just want people to understand when I go all in, You'll know why. And I will even say, even on the comic side of things can always be better.
Sure.
They can always be better. Because I will tell you right now, I don't think they're particularly great. Are they okay? I would say closer to okay. But they can always be better. For those who know what I'm talking about, I will direct you to the conversation I had with David F. Walker, the writer of Bitterroot, Luke Cage, Cyborg, Naomi, and more recently, Big Jim and the White Boy. Did Power Man and Iron Fist. Trust me. It ain't where it needs to be. That said, let's hit this next one, then we're gonna jump full in. We got A Juxon with the 10. Actually sent this before we went live, dude. Just out here. Says, what's good, gang? I want to congratulate you on the 100K subs. I've been rocking with you since 2020. Love your shows, interviews, etc. I know you're excited about getting that plaque. LOL. Once again, congratulations. Oh, you are 100% correct. I'm giddy about that shit. Actually, my daughter asked me right before she left to go to soccer tonight. She's like, when do you get the plaque? I was like, hopefully soon. But that said, not putting that out there. I told her, I was like, you know what? I was like, we'll when we get it in the, I guess they'll send it in the mail, whatever. I was like, whenever that happens, we'll maybe I'll have her do the unboxing of it with me, because she was really excited about that. Oh, we do actually have one more. Una mas, and here we go. Bam, we got one here from Hey Taco. Hey, what's up, Taco? How you doing? That's the homie right
Taco.
there. So I'm so proud of you, my friend. All of your hard work is paying off, and this cannot happen to a more deserving person. Much love. Thank you. Taco's awesome. Taco's been with me for a while. Been the homie out here. Super supportive. Always expressing, just love and support for everything I do. So shout out. Also, trying to make me fucking cry again is what you're trying to do. Anyway, but shout out. Thank you for that. Because also, I think, do we have any? I think that was only okay. That was only okay. I was making sure I didn't cheat anybody. But thank you for that. 1999 super chat. And let's go ahead and get into it. So I put together.
It's just not muted.
What's up?
I said, it's just not muted.
Oh, I haven't muted it since. the.
You could ignore it. You could ignore it.
Oh,
it's off topic
okay, gotcha.
I'm ADHD, and I'm like, this is my head right now. You can look at it later.
It's all good. No, so I got my notes together, and I was thinking about this stuff. Something that's actually been on my mind for a while. But for those of you who do not know, the MCU Blade movie. The MCU Blade movie is falling on some hard times. Let's put it like that. It's fallen on some hard times. It is hard times, Daddy. For Mahershala Ali out here.
That's rough.
So for those who don't know, what's been going on here is that you know how there was that line in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie about Wesley Snipes being the only Blade? Well, apparently that line was more it was more prophetic than maybe I think anyone could have imagined at the time. I say this because the Blade reboot has been removed from Disney's release schedule entirely. I don't mean moved to like, oh, maybe 2026, 2027, 2028. No, just taken smooth the fuck off of the release schedule.
Indefinitely.
It is removed indefinitely.
And replaced.
Yes.
So it's not like it could even be put back in the slot like if something works out.
Yes.
No, it's so permanent that it's like, nah, we just put something else in that spot.
Yeah.
It ain't coming back.
So, and to buttress Robo's point, it was supposed to be November 7th of next year, November 7th, 2025. Well, now the Prey sequel, Predator Badlands, is going to take its place. Which, on the one hand, I was excited.
Yeah.
Because I really liked Prey. I'm a huge Predator fan. It's a movie series that is near and dear to my heart. I grew up with it. My daughter was literally born to the scene where the Predator's ship is flying across at the very beginning of the movie, and you see the Predator like do his little drop ship thing down to the planet below.
Born or conceived?
Born. She actually came out at that, like, because basically we were in the hospital, we had the TV on, and it was just playing a bunch of random ass movies, and the Predator movie literally was starting as she was coming out of my wife's body. Wow. Matter of fact, and then the so basically, yeah. Long story short, yeah. There's a lot of parallel.
I really wish there had been a picture of that moment, because I know this is not how it went down, but you know how like those pictures where they have like dirtbag like husbands and they're like off to the side like playing a video game or something.
Oh yeah,
it's Blerd, and I'm imagining like all the sheets and stuff. His wife's giving birth, and Blerd's sitting there like they're like,
oh man, this is awesome.
Can you be quiet? This is my favorite part.
Right here.
Just keep it down a little bit. God, man.
I'm trying to watch Predator. I'm trying to watch Predator for like the 800th millionth time.
Do you not hear that music? This is so badass.
But no, look, let's be, can we keep it a buck? Can we keep it a buck? Blade was announced how long ago?
2019, what was that? That's 5 years ago.
So, and I remember this specifically because I remember doing a live stream the day that it was announced at San Diego Comic-Con. And like, we were all hype in the chat. All hype in the chat for it. And then the pandemic happens. And then it's like drip feed every like the like news. All the news about this movie was all bad news. It was never, I think they very rarely was it any good news. It was always bad news. Like, oh, this is what this movie is gonna become. Oh, it's gonna be a movie that barely has Blade in it. Oh, it's gonna be a period piece. Oh, it's gonna be this. Oh, it's gonna be that. We actually even would later find out that the movie Sinners is probably the script for that movie. Probably was one of the original scripts for Blade, possibly, just based on the subject matter, the timing, and a lot of other factors. But yeah, who knows? We'll probably learn more about that later as time goes on. But and Sinners looks great, so it makes me even more mad that maybe we didn't get the thing that maybe it could have been, but maybe it could become something better. And who knows? Maybe that thing could lead to something with Bitterroot, because Bitterroot's been just kind of sitting on the shelf. But I say the reason why I say Disney hates black superheroes and they have a problem with how they're treating black characters in the MCU. Let's look at Exhibit A. And Exhibit A is how many of y'all remembered that Armor Wars? How many of y'all remember that Armor Wars was a thing? Like, I don't know if any of y'all remember. But Armor Wars was when was Armor Wars announced? Armor Wars was announced in December of 2020.
So any day now.
Any day now, we're gonna get it, right? It's coming out, right?
Yeah.
It's
the
on
Disney
the
Wiki says upcoming MCU movie.
It's like psych. Yeah, she ain't never coming out. Put put Armor Wars right next to Blade and Spawn. These things are never coming out. But no, so Disney Marvel Studios, they, after this announcement, I think the most news we got was in 2021, about a few months after the initial announcement in December of 2020, we got news that Marvel Studios was going to pair Don Cheadle up with a writer who he had worked with previously on Black Monday. That's Yasir Lester. Seems like a match made in heaven. You got an actor, got a high profile actor working with a writer who he has worked with previously. That's a formula for success usually. But then we get crickets until September 2022, almost 2 years after the original announcement. The Marvel Studios seemingly, they're course correcting. Armor Wars is not going to be a Disney Plus TV series as originally announced. It's going to be a movie, a feature film. And like Oz says, one of those things where it's kind of like, okay, all right. So we upgraded from Disney Plus series to something that's going to be coming out in theaters. I could see maybe why this happened, because okay. So this is the thing, and I actually had to talk to some people about this over the past week. Sometimes when these TV shows are made, one of the most common criticism Marvel TV shows have had for the last several years, honestly, has been, well, there's too many episodes. I'm talking about the Marvel Netflix stuff when I say too many episodes, in case anyone's confused. When the Marvel Netflix stuff was coming out, everything was a mandatory 13 episodes. And the most common criticism I used to always hear, and my own personal common criticism, was that, when you get to around like the 6th or 7th episode, the shows always started to drag after it. Like that next 8, 9, 10th episode would usually be some bullshit, like some stuff that they could have cut. And then when you got to maybe the 11th or 12th episodes, the shows would always pick back up and be good again. But there was usually a 3 or 4 episode stretch where it's man, this should have been maybe 9 or 10 episodes. And then when the Disney stuff started coming out, the Disney Plus stuff, people started complaining the seasons were too short. They're like, oh man, you're not giving enough time to cook. But the thing is, I always say, you write what you got. You don't write 13 episodes when you really only got 8. Or 6 in the case of most Disney Plus shows. But so I thought that, man, I was actually one of those people who's kind of like, man, I don't know, man. I mean, it's cool they're making this a feature film, but I kind of feel like maybe they're gonna be leaving some stuff on the cutting room floor. But if they're making this decision, clearly they recognize that they only have so much to give. Maybe that's why. Who knows? Yeah, could be a thing.
Yeah, it could be a financial decision too.
That as well, because that you're 1,000%.
Yeah. There was an announcement in 2023, and I found something interesting here. 2023, they announced Damian Marcano was going to be the director. However, just now, I went to the IMDb, and there is no director listed.
So he's probably not locked in.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because it's on the Disney wiki, but it's a fan written, it's a fandom.com site, right? So
yeah.
I don't see Damian Marcano's I don't see any credits for anybody directing this movie on IMDb. So
wow. Well, I can tell you this much. Just off of just off of what I've seen, and what we're probably not going to get, if I'm being honest. I honestly don't think this movie's happening. I don't think it's happening. I think it's been quietly canceled. I'm gonna tell you why. Don Cheadle, when he has recently been asked about it, and he's like, man, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Now, granted, Don Cheadle is notorious for being like of any of the actors in the MCU, he is the one who usually gives the least amount of information typically, and is usually the first one to crack jokes about how like, yeah, I can't say shit. So the fact that he like is normally under normal circumstances, he would often say, yeah, I can't say anything. But in this case, he's often been caught saying that he has no idea, which is a very different answer. And like oftentimes given this same, like right now, if you ask Don Cheadle, this is the look he got on his face, you ask him about Armor Wars, he's like, man, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
He's like,
that
hey.
means there's no screenplay because they're going to give them out to the actors as soon as possible so they can start studying their roles and stuff.
Right.
Their lines.
Right.
And so there's no screenplay, there's no script, there's no director listed. And this is from 5 years ago or 6 years ago is announced. So the main star has no word on it. Come on.
Yeah, no, it ain't. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
No updates after what 4 years. No updates really of note. And then we also got to remember something. Marvel Studios has recently said that they're not going to be putting out movies like crazy anymore. No more of this 3-4 movies a year type shit. They're paring down on content. So the fact that we haven't heard anything about Armor Wars and you know the release schedule, like I'm sorry, this shit got canceled. I'm sorry, you can't tell me otherwise. You cannot tell me otherwise on that note. That said,
so Don Cheadle's last quote, he says, when asked about it on TV Line, he says, "You can find out and let me know." The actor followed up his quote by stating that he believed things were going through changes and that everyone would have to wait and see what ultimately happened with the project, him included, which suggests that, like Blade, Armor Wars might not be happening after all.
See?
That's quoting Game Rant.
There you go. That's it. So I'm just saying, like, and look, here's the thing. This hurts me the most because I was looking forward to these things.
Real quick, somebody else said if they cast the black, where was this black? Okay, Nerd Large. If they give us a black Norman Osborn in Thunderbolts or Spider-Man 4, I'll forgive Marvel for dropping Armor Wars. You know, at the risk of sounding like a black like a black conservative, I am down. Okay, like I want anybody to like make everybody black. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
but is nobody else bothered by the lack of original black characters? You have Blade, good.
Yeah,
but who else?
Who else we got?
You know what I mean? You got Captain America. He has to take up that mantle. He couldn't even have his own movie as the Falcon. He had a TV show, but he had to do that with Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
You're right. Ironheart is probably your next best one, but that's but still it's a play on Iron Man. So really, all we have is Black Panther and Blade.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because Luke Cage isn't even in the conversation.
Heimdall is the redeal. Yep.
They palette swapped him.
Yep. Old dude, Samuel L. Jackson. I get it. He was black in the Ultimates, but still, the Marvel 616, he's white. I think it's interesting. I think it's worth saying. And the reason why I have to preface that is not something, whenever a chud talks about it, it's only brought up to dismiss or talk shit about the current black character that's coming out, whether it's Miles Morales or whatever. I love it. I want a black Superman, to join the team from another universe. Black Spider-Man. I don't care. Love it. But I do think it's a little weird that we, and like you said earlier about, hey, I'm talking about the movies, not the comics. There's quite a few original black characters in the comics. And why aren't we snatching those up? Why aren't we, where's Blue Marvel?
Right.
Like
there's definitely a lot of characters out there. Cause like I was telling people the other day, I was like, dude, don't sit here and act like, we don't have characters. We've got characters out there. They exist. We just have to use them. And before anyone says, well, those characters aren't popular, why are they not popular? I can tell you why. Because people don't fucking use them. Let me tell you something. I challenge anyone. I challenge anyone to try and tell me the reason why John Stewart is a household Green Lantern name. Like most people, when you ask them what Green Lantern they grew up with, like if you're someone who's like about my age or a little younger, you're probably going to say one of two names. You're either going to say Kyle Rayner because of the comics, or you're going to say John Stewart because of the Justice League animated series, because they made the choice to make the Green Lantern on that show John Stewart and not Hal Jordan. That cartoon is the reason that a whole generation, they know that John Stewart is Green Lantern, as opposed to not knowing who he is at all. And that's just my way of saying you have to put these characters in front of people's eyes so that they know who they are.
100%. One of the biggest examples of that, because I've seen some of the comments, right? Okay, Star Wars characters, they tried that, yada yada yada. But look, here's the deal. We've talked about this before. Iron Man was a C-list character before the MCU. Here's the thing. Nobody knew, unless you were a fucking diehard. You know what I mean? Diehard. I'm a comic book fan. I've been reading my whole life, but on and off, right? I'm not like a diehard. Like I've been never stopped reading. I didn't know who the fuck Guardians of the Galaxy was. I had heard of them. And you know what they do? They put them on the screen and they put money into it and they make sure they have the best writing and they make it hilarious. You know what I mean? Don't tell me they have to be known characters. No. It's about rolling the dice, putting the chance in, and making the effort. Don't fucking give me a half-assed TV show with the fucking third-rate writers because they don't want to put in enough. You don't want to make the budget high enough, and then wonder why it fails.
No, yeah, you're 1,000% correct. Like what was it? Sierra Ralph should say right here. Bruh, Blade wasn't popular before his movie. He wasn't even popular in the comics back in the day. As a matter of fact, I know a lot of people who didn't know who the fuck Blade was until that movie. I know a lot of people who didn't know that Blade was a comic book character until I would tell them. There's lots of people who think Blade's just a thing. Like, it's not a comic book anything. It's like, I even remember going to school with some kids that didn't know Blade. Like, they knew about Blade because of the Spider-Man cartoon. And which came kind of in and around the same time as the first movie. So there's people like, oh my god, that guy that's on the cartoon. That's how you do it. I mean, and like I said, you got Night Thrasher. You can put Night Thrasher in front of people. You could put Blue Marvel in front of people. You can put Luke Cage in front of people. You can put to be fair, Monica Rambeau has been put out there, so I can't use her as an example. But you could put her out there more early and often. We have Falcon, but like once again he's been swapped over to Captain America. I would even go as far as to say that you could maybe possibly reach down to that bag of tricks and pull out some other random black characters that could be used. Like I always joke that it is sounds so silly to say this, but I keep a folder. I have a folder on my hard drive. It's called Black Comic Book Characters. I use this folder quite often because anything to do with black superheroes in that folder. And it's like just tons of just notes and factoids about random and sundry black characters. I'm gonna tell you right now, I could literally reach into my bag of tricks and pull out one of the most ridiculous black characters that I could possibly think of that is not the Hypno Hustler. By the way, that movie's not happening, y'all. I just hope y'all know that. This guy right here, Cardiac, was like a pseudo Spider-Man villain / ally, depending on who's writing at the time. Cool
was
character.
He like Electro? What was he? He just causes heart attacks?
So he is a doctor and like a heart surgeon, I believe. And his whole thing was like channeling electricity through that staff that he's carrying. But his name was Cardiac. And like you would see, you don't see him quite as much anymore, but like he was a thing. He was totally a thing. He exists. Yeah, this was 90s. This is like late 80s, early 90s, give or take. I could be misremembering some things, but like, yeah, that's him. That's him right there. He was a whole black man.
Draw the mouth directly on the mask.
Yeah, which is
as if the mask wrapped around the lips. Yeah,
right. Yeah. It was such a silly thing. It was such a silly thing. Like it makes no goddamn sense. I would also like to point out that there are other characters out there. Excuse me, there are other characters out there that you could pick from. We've not
Gillismo. You about to trigger Blerd?
Oh my god!
You know, man, he start twitching. He's like,
my eyes like. Here, let me. No, it was funny because it actually came up today on or yesterday on Thread. Someone had actually shared my video talking about it, but I got a little pushback there as well. But no, I mean the thing is, there are characters out there. Hell, you know what? Here's one. This is one I don't think a lot of people will remember. At least, I don't believe a lot of people will remember this character right here. Wild Streak, another character.
Wow. What's up, girl?
Yeah, right.
Mm.
And a paraplegic, a paraplegic superhero, like the kind of like that typical 90s thing, like the metal, like the metal leg or the metal limbs or whatever. But yeah, that was because she was handicapped, and those special limbs allowed her to resume being a gymnast, which is something that was what she did. Were
they prosthetics or her power to like make?
No, it was like a prosthetic. It was like a or like a special thing that was like added on. Very much. Yeah, I think I saw was Air Card said like Mantis. Yep, pretty much like Mantis. Of those that remember the Mantis TV series, and there was like a movie that came on. It was like a TV pilot movie, but it was matter of fact, Carl Lumbly, the guy who plays Isaiah Bradley in the MCU. That was the actor who played Mantis back in the day, but it was wild. Shit was crazy. And like I said, I could I can do this. I can literally do this all day.
Dr. Voodoo would be dope.
Yeah, no, dude, look. I say it all the time. I've literally said this all the time. Dr. Voodoo, it is a goddamn travesty.
Mm-hmm.
It is a goddamn travesty. It is a pretty shame.
Yeah.
We have not gotten him yet in the MCU.
Yeah. Especially because he's a good guy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you put him in the MCU, like, you know how like sometimes they'll do the MCU, they'll make fun of something that because we know it's ridiculous of the comics, and they'll go like, Spider-Man, really? Like, that was in a rush, or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And it's like this one, you'll have somebody like say it's scary because he's Dr. Voodoo, and he's like, that's ignorant. It's my religion, and you can even make it kind of tongue in cheek, and then go from there. Like, it could be a positive representation of that shit,
Also, I think you could actually maybe do something to kind of in the same way I feel like that Agatha all along tackles like witchcraft and sorcery, and that sort of thing.
Exactly.
You could do something just like that with Doctor. And here's the thing. Here's the sad part. You know why it's also a pretty goddamn shame that Dr. Voodoo is not in the MCU yet? The reason being is that his brother, his older or I think was he older or younger? I don't remember. Either way, don't matter. His brother is in the MCU. He was in Doctor Strange 1. He was the Black Sorcerer. Who died.
Could even just use him?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't.
Right.
But like the whole thing being like his brother died protecting the Sanctum Sanctorum in the first movie. He was the black sorcerer that was there when Caecilius and his gang pulled up, and they don't really tell you that it's him. You have to look into the credits. Like, it's one of those things, you have to read the credits to know. But what
I thought you were gonna bring up what Elite said, and I would have been like, okay, this is just getting weird. But the fact that they had Wong become the Sorcerer Supreme, when you had Dr. Voodoo right here, who was the one in the comics. Yeah,
he could have done it. He could have.
Yeah,
well,
it's
it's also crazy too, just because like they even kind of slick hinted they would bring Dr. Voodoo into the MCU after the events of that first movie. But once again, so many plans have changed. And then
this is a good point right here too. Herbert Scott, we got a whole Agatha Harkness show for anybody. I don't want to hear anybody. I don't give a fuck if it's chat or anybody on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about no one knows who that character is or blah, 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 fucking blah. You know what I mean? Who the fuck is an Agatha Harkness fan?
Right.
Okay. And that show's dope.
I will take you a step further. We got a fucking Hawkeye show.
Bro.
We got a Hawkeye show.
You got the lamest fucking Avenger. Got his own fucking show.
Got a Disney Plus spinoff series. Come on now.
God,
Stop. Also, shout out to Mutel, who hit us with the 5 earlier. Says, congrats on the 100K. Do you think we need a Marvel version of Milestone? So, I tell you what.
I don't know. That's wild.
I'll
say no, but go ahead. You answer first.
Yeah, I mean, man, you know what I would prefer? I would prefer, because I know how these things work. I don't want there to be a Marvel version of Milestone, just because I know that's just going to get, it's not going to get taken care of. It's not going to get taken care of. And I don't mean because, of mismanagement by the people involved, but I mean just like if it's something that is like a subsidiary of Marvel, I just would expect it to fail because Marvel won't put the infrastructure or the money behind it to try to help it succeed. It'll basically, what's that meme? I know you know what I'm talking about, Robo. The meme where like there's the parent holding up the kid, trying to keep him drowning. There's like another kid over to the side, just like, oh my god, drown.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom of the ocean, there's a skeleton.
In the chair.
A Marvel version of Milestone would be the skeleton at the bottom of the ocean.
100%. Here's my thing, man. Here's my thing. Look. The thing is this. There was a time where this country was so fucked, and in a lot of ways, obviously still is, but so fucked that DC had to do a Milestone.
Yes.
Had to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And not for great reasons. It's so like, okay, let's make some shit for them, and then you can have your own thing, yada, right? But that way they don't have to bring all that shit into here. Okay, you know where HBCUs come from a time of segregation.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we don't need them anymore, but they're historical. But if a new college is coming up, if somebody felt, you know what? If somebody said this in 2024, you know what we need? We need another HBCU because shit is not working out over here. I would say, time out. Just why is it not working out? And let's go fucking flip some police cars and fix it, right? Like I'm saying, like I wouldn't want to give Marvel and Disney the easy out by making a subset for them to fucking shove shit into and be like, what are you guys complaining about? We gave you your own fucking you know what I mean? Your alternate universe over here. Nah, fuck that. I want more black and brown characters. Put them in the main shit. Give me my movie. Give me my Disney Plus shows. Stop being a bitch.
No, that's 100%. That's 100%. That's 100%. And I'll tell you this too, just because it just is what it is. If Marvel had their own version of Milestone, I promise you, it would be in the same position or worse as what Milestone is with DC right now. Not being taken care of on any level. And And now here's what I would love to see. I would love to see Marvel and DC uplift their black characters, their black and brown characters on months other than February. Yeah, and I mean, it's not saying you can't do it. I mean, yeah, please, in February, maybe for the week of Juneteenth, sure, go right the fuck ahead. Don't ask me for my permission, but I do think you need to make sure you're putting your black and brown characters front and center. They need to be seen. They need to be visible. I don't care how many times Tyrone Magnus shouts to the fucking rooftops.
It's woke.
I don't care how many times he does that. You give us the thing. And you know what? And when you give us the thing, I want it to be on the level that you're not saying, or not saying, but rather you're not, when people are getting angry and upset in the comments and in the replies and whatnot and what have you, where you're not just sitting there being silent and being complicit with your silence, that you're actually out here putting the cape on and defending these things and telling these people that, well, you know what? We're doing the thing. We're making a Night Thrasher movie. We're making a Black Panther and the Crew movie. We're making a Blue Marvel movie. We're making a Monica Rambeau movie. And if you don't like it, that's too fucking bad. Don't let these people badger you into, because I'll be honest with you, they are like, okay, these people are a vocal minority. They are a vocal minority. The Marvels is proof that these people are a vocal minority, and it's because we literally saw it. We talked, like, literally, this was the first episode ever of the Nerds of Culture podcast. We told y'all, what was it we said? We said, by the time that movie hit theaters, all the shit. We relitigated it several times. We had the writer strike, we had the director strike, we had the actor strike. The movie couldn't be promoted. By the time the movie came out, I think the actor strike had literally just ended. So like neither Brie Larson nor Tiana Paris or Iman Vellani could do promotion for the film. The only person who could actually do promotion for the film was the director, Nia DaCosta. She was the only one. And not only that, when the movie hit VOD and Disney Plus and DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, the overwhelming majority of people said the same thing. Wow, I don't see why this movie got so much hate. It was really fun.
There you go. That's it. I've never seen, man. Glad I waited for it to stream. That was garbage. Nope. Just the chuds. The chuds fucking, talked out their ass. I do want to address one thing.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
And it's okay. And I like to say this because I don't want people to, if you disagree, because sometimes I have like hard takes where I'm like, if you disagree with me, you're a piece of shit. This one is like, oh, hey, take it or leave it. I also want the Cloak and Dagger.
Yes.
I don't want Dagger to be white.
Okay, I'm with you on that.
Because, not just because, anti-white, obviously nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I feel it'd be, given the topic of the show tonight, given we know the problem Disney has, somebody said it in the chat, talking about it's not just the heroes either. Look at Disney movies, look at Disney cartoons. They have a Disney So White, right? Now, check this out. If you give me Cloak and Dagger and you put in that time and money that we've been asking for things like Blue Marvel for, I'm not buying it. You are selling us something that is digestible still for white people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So either you better fucking make them a side character or supporting character in some place, or make Dagger black. Make Dagger of color. Yeah, whatever you want to do. I think Cloak and Dagger, before we fix this shit, before we fix Disney So White, I think the Cloak and Dagger will be a cop out. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, I think like if you did like they did Cloak and Dagger, if they did it where like where Dagger was like either South Asian or Latina or
biracial. I'll take biracial. 100%.
Yeah, even that. Yeah, even that. Like it like if it was anything other than just like bog standard white girl, I would be okay. Because here's the thing. Yes, Cloak and Dagger is an allegory for interracial relationships, both platonic and romantic. That's how it was incepted. That's how it was created. Yeah,
we can still do that. Make her Asian.
I mean, it worked for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It worked for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But no, look, you can even get the same cast. You say, hey, Donald Glover, we know you like Asian women. Come on in. Tell you what.
That's right.
Because that's on his rider. That's on Donald Glover's inclusion rider. Is that hey, the love interest, she got to be Asian. She got to be Japanese.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
Someone actually, I forget who it was.
You were right though.
Yeah.
Because that's like the third time I've heard that shit. Yeah. I'm like, nah, that's 3 times. It's got to be true.
It's in his music too. It's literally in his music. Like he has this really weird obsession with Japanese people and women. Specifically, but yeah, there was a video I watched not too long ago where someone actually went through and broke down all of his weird instances of like hyper focusing on Japanese people for better or worse, and even in some problematic ways. I was just like, ooh, that actually makes me look at this song a little bit differently.
Like a little fetishization.
Yeah, it's like a fetish. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Would it be a push if it was a non-black Latina? She got to be brown.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
At least.
Like I'm not talking about no.
That's a cop too.
What's that girl that got everybody angry? What was the name of that girl that got everybody angry? The Hunger Games. Is the Hunger Games girl the girl supposed to be playing Snow White?
Oh, right. I know you're talking about.
I want somebody even darker than that.
Yeah, nah, she's too olive. I would say she's. What's that saying?
Almost white.
2 shades.
What's that?
What's that saying? 2 shades.
Oh, light bright 2 shades from white.
Yeah, that's it. She's a Latin version of that.
Yeah, no, white. Yeah. Rachel Zegler. That's her name. Rachel Zegler. Thank you. Yeah, no, I would want a brown girl. I want a brown girl. Like I said,
just hold up one of those Homer. No, not Homer, but Peter Griffin cards.
Be like,
yeah, you can't be in the bottom half, homie.
Yeah, you're in the bottom half of this. Yeah, you can't come in. You can't come in.
Can't be Dagger.
But no, we jest here. But it's something funny that I thought about, because you want to talk about black franchises being mishandled. Being mishandled on any level. I will go as far as to say, if you want further proof that shit's being mishandled, look no further than Ironheart. Now, for those who don't know, there is a Disney Plus. There's a Disney Plus series coming that will be Ironheart. It will be it'll be bringing back Dominique Thorne, who played the character in Wakanda Forever. So she'll be back for that. And we know that the thing was filmed. We know it was filmed because set photos. There were set photos that leaked. Here, bam, right there, boom. We seen the set photos where she's in costume. We see where she's on the set. She's got the mocap suit on. We see that
armor sucks.
Dude, look at that. Woke armor, it fully covers everything, man. I can't even see no cheeks. I can't see no titty. No, I'm playing, y'all. Y'all know I'm playing.
Are you still tracking September 2025?
So apparently, I don't know the hard date. I know it's going to be next year. But here's the thing. Let me tell you the saga of Ironheart so that you know where this came from. Ironheart was announced around, if not the exact same time as Armor Wars. So, and matter of fact, so was Secret Invasion. And Secret Invasion has come out, landed like a wet fart. This is coming out. So now, of those 3 things, Armor Wars is the only thing that has not even so much as started production. We're getting a Thunderbolts movie before we're getting Armor Wars. I just want to make that clear.
Mm-hmm.
So Ironheart, it was supposed to be Disney Plus series, focusing on Riri Williams. And the series is pretty much laid dormant, like very little news. Like these set photos that I was just showing y'all. Even when these set photos had leaked, Marvel didn't even address it. They were like, nope, don't know, nothing to see here. We don't know what you're talking about. We have no idea. Huh? Ironheart? Who's that? That's basically how Marvel's been acting about it. But then not too terribly long after that, after these set photos, no news, just kept coming. No news. Well, we reach a certain point where at SDCC, San Diego Con this year, we actually got the announcement. But the problem is this was all because it was SDCC, San Diego Con. The news was released behind closed doors. There was a trailer that leaked. People was out there with the camera phones like, ooh, what's this? Depending on where, and I'm pretty sure you can still find the trailers online. But very piss poor quality, by the way. But yeah, the trailer was released, and the trailer looks good. I actually thought it was very interesting. I just thought it was crazy because when those set photos leaked, we knew that what was it? Is it Anthony Ramos? Yeah, is it Anthony Ramos, the guy from Hamilton? That he's playing the Hood. Like we that news was out in the wild, and now because of the trailer that people saw, we know more. But that trailer has not been released for public consumption. The only thing we know is that they finally showed a trailer for it at Comic-Con, and we know this coming next year. It's gonna be 6 episodes, but that's it. Like that's it. We don't got shit else.
By the way, this does look dope as fuck right here. That walk and everything, that whole scene that you just had up.
Oh, yeah. I'll pull it back. Hey, go ahead.
But here's another little known character that they're putting in. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, dude. First off,
saying.
Who's checking for the Hood?
Yeah.
Who is checking for the Hood? You tell me.
We put the Hood in here because he's so popular and we know it's going to sell. I'm just saying,
Right, dude. Look, little kids know who the Hood is. They know. Yeah. Look, that's y'all's fault that y'all don't know.
I'm not being a hater. I'm just saying the other arguments don't work. That's what I'm saying.
Right. No. You can't. You can look, and that's why I always hate when people say, "Oh, they're not popular enough." I fucking hate hearing that shit. I fucking hate hearing it, and it's largely because it's not how this works.
Yeah, and it sure should not how it works for white characters.
No. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me. Okay, check this out. Thunderbolt's coming out, right? Who's in the movie? The Sentry. How many people outside of a comic book shop know who the fuck the Sentry is? You know how many people I saw saying, who the fuck is that dude with the S? Like, what's with the S? Like, is that supposed to be like, is Superman in this movie? Is Clark Kent the Man of Steel in this movie? Fuck out of here on that shit. No.
And the only thing I can think of, right, if I'm trying to like be charitable, is that's Marvel trying to get a Superman character into this movie, right? I'm like, okay, so if he did Hyperion, he'd be white. If Essentially, he'd be white.
Yeah.
Why won't you use Blue Marvel? If we need an MCU Superman, which I get it, I get how that shit works. But he can't be black.
Can't be black. Dude, okay.
Can't be black.
It's so crazy. This motherfucker was supposed to be Asian at one point. Because remember, that was the rumor. The going rumor was that it was going to be Glenn from The Walking Dead. And now we come to find out, the trailers come out, we learn that it's Bill Pullman's son. Whole white man. That is
he took Bird Lips to, like, he took it seriously.
Dude, yeah, he's like, nah. He's like, nah, this is who I am.
He's like, you want to know how white I am? I have no lips.
He's like, yeah, my lips so thin, they just ain't there.
Let me stop. Let me stop. Hey, look,
But-
if you
but
have
yeah-
thin lips in the chat, you are valid.
It's okay.
Don't let
You know
nobody
what?
talk shit about you.
look, hey. It's okay.
You're loved.
You're loved. you this is thin lip representation. Here,
That's
look,
right. That's
look, see
right.
this guy? Thin lip representation right there.
No body shaming. That was body shaming. My bad.
Yeah.
You have thin lips.
But look at this. I saw so many people like, what the fuck is this symbol? What the fuck is this symbol? Like, there were so many people saying that, and guess what?
It's a Hyundai symbol.
Yeah, it's a Hyundai. Yeah, you didn't know? Y'all didn't know? That's the new Tiburon in the South. The new Tiburon in the South.
Right.
Yeah, y'all didn't know about that? Also, I just want to point out this too. Look at this cast. Look at this cast.
Oh yeah.
Look at this cast.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Ooh,
Oh
wee.
man, dude. Look, here's the deal. We just gotta stop, man. Like nobody knows who these black characters are. What do you expect them to do?
Right?
Like, you're gonna bring them out and no one's gonna watch it. We
Look.
only gotta put popular characters that everybody fucking knows.
Wait a minute. Triple dot 31. Oh my god. You look. The vanilla bolts. I'm just saying.
Got the Thunderbolts.
Right? look, actually, wait. Yeah, I saw when someone else said got the MAGA white too.
Ooh. And I heard they're getting because it's a thunderbolt, they're gonna have two lightning bolts side to side next to each other on their collars. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Dude, you know how okay, I'm gonna go start it out. You know somebody's gonna ooh,
Sons of Anarchy
you know
cosplay.
it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. You know somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's gonna do it. But I just want to point something out here. What was it? The White Widow. White Widow, operative word. We got Red Guardian, more like White Guardian. We got the Winter Soldier, more like the whitest
Old girl's
soldier.
black, right?
Old girl of the end, Ghost. I think she is biracial. She's black. I don't know what I don't know what the makeup is of that biracial. I don't know if it's like I don't know if she's. I don't know if she's biracial as in like she has a black parent or if it's like I don't know the score on that. But I tell you what,
about to find out.
She's ethnically ambiguous. Her name's Hannah John Common.
And still, by the way, a cop out.
Oh no, 100%.
I do not like. I find it awkward when people try to say biracial people aren't black. Whatever. And I'm not black, but still.
Right. Yeah. No. 100%. I
she could be black, but it's still a cop out that they're gonna use somebody that light. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I just want to make it clear. I'm not saying she's not black because she's biracial. I'm saying saying I don't know because I don't know what the percentages are. But no, I think she's whole ass biracial woman. If she is half black, then she is black. Because the one
100%.
drop rule. If white people were going to impose the one drop rule on black people back in the day, well, guess what? I'm gonna impose that motherfucker too. One drop, you black. So
you black, but there is still colorism, and there is still a favoritism towards a lighter skinned black woman. You see it in the non-black Latin community. You see it in the black community.
Yes.
And if you're lighter, you're gonna get more parts. You're gonna get more picked for more things. So that's dope. She is black, but still doesn't address the problem that Disney has by not putting black people in their movies.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. No, you're 1,000% correct. I pulled this up. Okay, her father is Nigerian, so she black. So that's the one. She's the one black person in this because what was it? Kurt Russell's boy, U.S. agent, more like MAGA. That's MAG agent. And then we got what was it? I'm not. Oh man, I don't want to be ugly when I say this, but like, look, we got MCU Taskmaster. I'm saying MCU Taskmaster because I don't want to say not Taskmaster. I'm not trying to be dismissive because it's a female Taskmaster. I'm just saying this ain't Taskmaster. They could have named this character anything else and nobody would have noticed. But yes, we have Taskmaster, who is, if I'm not mistaken, white woman underneath that mask. So you got one drop. You got and then we have the Sentry. We have MAGA Superman. So yeah, basically one piece of color. One piece of color.
By the way, G. Martinez, you're right. Yo, I take it back.
What was up?
I take it back. I'll take it back. She's black. She's black.
Who?
And she counts. Hannah. I knew you already said it. I just want to I'm co-signing that. I don't want people to think that I'm discrediting her. He's right. I'm looking her up here. She's definitely darker. Her dad's Nigerian. Cool. They got a black person.
Yeah.
But what do they want? A fucking cookie? I'm not fucking.
I'm not giving them cookies for this. I'm not giving them cookies for this because her name is Ghost.
I mean, you got 6 people on. 6 people on the team, and you go. Wow, you got one black girl on there. That's dope.
Yeah, this is.
How many white people do we have?
You know what this looks like? I don't know if I still have that picture. This looks like Candace Owens' baby shower photo.
Oh my god.
This looks like Candace Owens' baby shower photo. Like, no bullshit. Like, I don't know if I still have that picture laying around, but like, yeah, I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but like, Candace Owens' baby shower, she's like the only black person in the picture. Everyone else around her is white. There you go. Mr. Brooks said it. Task Madam. That's her name now. That's her name now. Task Madam. That's who she is. But that said, I just want to say, think about this. You cannot use the argument to me that these characters. Oh, you see. They would put these characters in movies if people knew who they were. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody gives a fuck about Hawkeye. We got a whole ass fucking Disney Plus show about this motherfucker. Nobody cares. Nobody was checking for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like the movie that when it was announced, that when the trailer came out, there were people who were literally diehard comics readers, myself included, saying, who? But yet here we are, several years later, crying over a goddamn talking tree and a fucking talking raccoon. Fuck out of here with that. Nobody was checking for the Thunderbolts. Nobody. And yet we got a Thunderbolts movie. So no, you can't use that argument. They don't even have any people on here you care about. So yes, no, you can't use that argument. That argument's invalid. But I want to point this out too, just real quick. I'm not going to spend any time on this because Marvel doesn't care. There's been 2 different Wakanda series that have been greenlit, announced, quietly shelved, and quietly brought back since 2020 as well. So yeah, no. I'm sorry. Just because Black Panther did numbers, you would think that Disney would be like, man.
That's a good point.
You would think.
That's good. You can't even give the benefit of the doubt that it's like, hey, obviously we already killed that one, right? So we killed the whole unknown character bullshit. But let's just for a second go into an alternate universe where we go, man, yeah, that's a good point. Even if we gave that point, the fucking Black Panthers are one of the most successful movies in the fucking whole MCU. Why wouldn't that be like the first Disney Plus fucking movie you come out? You know what I mean? And
I want to point out something here. Also, one of the best performing movies of all time. Like here, I want to pull up these numbers right here. Look at this shit right here. This movie made over $1 billion, $1.3 million or billion dollars in 2018. And now I will say right now, I'm not going to judge Wakanda Forever by the same metric as harshly, just because there was a tragedy that took place in the passing of Chadwick Boseman, the star of that movie. So things had to be shifted, course corrected. A lot of weird decisions were made. Take that information how you want to, but the thing is, I can cut them a little bit of slack because, hey, you lost your star, so you kind of had to take some time. But the thing is, you now know there is an appetite in the Black community for Black MCU movies. The fact
Eyes of Wakanda was going to be animated. Don't even give them that much.
Yeah.
It was animated.
And the live action World of Wakanda, that series was slick announced the same time as all the other shit we talked about, but then it got quietly shelved, never to be seen or heard from again. And then they recently at San Diego Con or New York Comic Con started talking about World of Wakanda again. So no, I'm not giving them cookies for doing the bare minimum. I'm not giving Marvel or Disney cookies because they literally did the equivalent of lazy, dutiful missionary. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not. Okay. And look,
okay, I just learned something new. So Wakanda Reborn is going to be a live action show.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eyes of Wakanda is an animated show.
That's an animated. Yeah, that's gonna be an animated series.
Got it. Okay.
I just want to pull this up. Even if you take Wakanda Forever into account, which was still a successful movie, still made a lot of money. It did not make $1 billion, but it was damn close. It made $859 million. That's not that far from $1 billion. So even with all the odds against it, you still have something that is a known, bankable quantity, and you have not capitalized on this. I'm telling you right now, there is no excuse. There's no excuse to not have a Blue Marvel movie, a Monica Rambeau movie, a Luke Cage movie, I'll pull another random. I'll pull another a random black character out of the ether, but there's no excuse that we have yet to see a lot of these other characters. You could have just as easily had maybe put together a Nighthawk movie. Nobody knows who the fuck Nighthawk is, but I bet you if you put out a lit trailer, people would know who the fuck he was then. There was okay. You know what? I'm gonna say some wild shit, and y'all gonna understand me today. There was a lot of motherfuckers that didn't even know Black Panther was a thing until that fucking trailer came out. Until that motherfucker was in the MCU. There was a lot of motherfuckers that didn't know the Black Panther was a thing. Like when Captain America Civil War came out, y'all started seeing T'Challa with the glow up, with the black suit, the cat ears, and the claws. Y'all like, oh shit! I didn't know this dude was like. I didn't do. Who? And even after that movie came out, I still ran into people who did not know this motherfucker was a thing. They thought he was some shit that was made up for the MCU. So no, you can't. Look, the fact, like, I'm not gonna lie. This is a miscarriage. This is a like, you know what? Honestly, I think, fuck it. I'm saying, I don't care. Cancel me if you want. I think that Disney and Marvel Studios, I think they should be sued. I think they should actually be taken to court for fiduciary negligence. For fiduciary negligence.
Turning down billions of dollars.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Black dollars.
Yes.
Black dollars. Because here's the thing. Let me tell you something. No movie reaches $1 billion without having universal appeal. So you're not just turning away black dollars. You're turning away white dollars. There are white people going to go see.
And everybody knows
see that movie.
All dollars matter. Okay.
All dollars matter. Hey, all lives matter, motherfuckers. Yeah. If all lives matter, guess what? Then all dollars matter. So guess what? You need to be trying to get mine too. So no.
Check this out. Here's something. Another example here.
Okay.
And it could just be me not having my ears close to the ground as I should.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody in chat said, wasn't there supposed to be in a Koye spinoff? And that has been low-key confirmed in 2023.
Yes.
During a recent appearance on the Late Night with Stephen Colbert, she says, Stephen, I've been told that I can gently allude to this possibility. Smirk, so I am gently alluding, just gently. So
yeah,
so it's happening. Where is it?
Yeah,
where's the update? Who's directing it? Where's the cast at?
I don't see shit.
I don't see
shit. Look, I'm out. Look, I'm out here. What was it that what was that video? The greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. I'm like that chicken at the beginning, looking like.
Oh,
I don't see that shit. I don't see it. Look, I'm like the fucking kids with the Scooby Doo crew. I'm out here with the fucking magnifying glass, like looking all around this motherfucker. Like, I don't see it.
Yeah,
I don't see this shit. Where is it?
Luke Cage is coming though, right? I mean, Luke Cage is not in Daredevil. I thought those were
Well,
those were confirmed.
Daredevil has been hard confirmed. We know it's coming next year. Now, okay, and you know what? It's funny that you bring that up because there's a thing that's going to be popping off in the Daredevil series, and it's kind of funny that it's happening, and it's going to be really weird. And I wonder how Marvel and Disney are going to address this because so we know we got Daredevil Born Again coming up, and we know for a fact, because it was in the leaked trailers that people put out there, that White Tiger is going to be on the show. And if I'm not mistaken here, and I want to pull this up, I want to make sure I'm not incorrect in my findings. But
Ava Ayala.
Well, it's gonna be the male version. It's gonna be the previous. It's gonna be it's gonna be the previous version. Well, here's the funny thing about that is that the actor, to my understanding, the actor who is going to be playing White Tiger, I think he passed away.
Oh wow!
I think he passed away. I could be incredibly wrong. I'm open to being wrong on this. But that said, I believe the actor passed away, but they did just recently say that they were going to be putting out a White Tiger Disney Plus series or something to that degree. Or
White Tiger's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Born in San Juan.
Right?
All of a sudden, I'm suing. Where the fuck is White Tiger?
Right? It's like what's going on?
They better not. Ooh, if they cast, I don't want to see Mexican, Dominican, Colombian. If that actor is not Puerto Rican, we're burning it down.
I have a lot of questions. I will have so. Okay, yeah. So the actor who is supposed to be portraying him is Kamar De Los Reyes, who passed away last December.
Oh, dang.
He actually passed away on Christmas Eve last December. And this is the crazy part. So he's in the show. He's in the show, right? And to my understanding, like I said, this is something that once again, this was recently put out there. And dude, I didn't realize.
Cancer, god damn.
Yeah, he got cancer got a hold of him.
They were gonna have him a 56-year-old play, so I guess they were gonna go for an older look, huh, for this White Tiger then.
Well, so technically, before Ava Ayala, before her, the Hector Ayala version of White Tiger was in play. And then she took up the mantle after him. So I don't know if they're going to be playing with that on any level, because, like I said, they've hinted that they're planning on doing something with an MCU version of the character. So I don't know if that's going to be the case. But I mean, we're looking at like a whole, like I said, we're looking at like a whole Latin dude, like right here, front and center.
He's Puerto Rican.
He's Puerto Rican like a motherfucker. So yeah, this like I have questions. And from what I've heard from people who said that they saw the stuff popping off at Comic-Con, said that it looked good. His parts look good. So we'll have to play the waiting game and see what they do with that. But once again, and I kept the same energy with that I had with Blue Beetle that I'm going to have with this. I think everybody is entitled. Everybody is entitled to their Black Panther moment. I think every diaspora is entitled to their Black Panther moment. Same thing I said with Blue Beetle. I said I want to see Mexican people be able to go to the theater and act a fucking fool in the theater and celebrate the fact that they're seeing themselves represented in this way, on this level, on the big screen. And I would say the same thing about this as well. I think everybody deserves it. I said the same thing about Shang-Chi. I was like, I feel like not even just Chinese, but just Asian people in general should be able to see themselves represented in such a way on the big screen. And if they want to show up and act a goddamn fool in the theater, let them. Let them. Like, if I would have went to my, this did not happen, but if I would have went to my Blue Beetle screening or my Shang-Chi and Legends of Ten Ring screening, and people were in that theater just talking and cheering and just having a good ass time, I wouldn't even say shit. I'd be like, you know what?
That's dope. I've been cheering with them.
I'm right here with you.
That's it. Yeah.
I would have been like rocking that UFC fighters would have stood up my chairs and be like,
yeah. And this is why the racists and the chuds get angry.
Yeah.
Because when they cheer an all-white cast, when they're like finally an all-white cast, and I said this before, and I'm still in this from somebody. I can't remember who. I wish I can credit it, but I remember I heard this one day and I was like, man, that's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they get so upset and wonder why we can do that and they can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Air quotes can't.
Right.
Is because when Black people are cheering at Black Panther, when, you know, if Mexicans are happy to see a Mexican character, if South Indians South Asians are happy to see Ms. Marvel, whatever it is, it's about love. It's about love to see someone who looks like you. But when racists cheer on whiteness, it's about hate for others. It's about, thank God I don't have to see these motherfuckers. And they don't know how to view it from our lens of self-love. So when they see people cheer, they only know how they cheer. So they must be cheering because they hate white people. Like, no, bitch. Nothing to do with white people. You think that because that's how your brain works. And not everybody thinks like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's how far down are Cajuns on the list? Because we're still getting
you got Gambit.
No. You gotta do better. We gotta do better. Look, we gotta look. I think.
Where's Rogue from? She's from the South.
She's from Mississippi.
She's close.
Nah,
they got Cajuns in Mississippi. Oh, okay.
No, she ain't Cajun. That girl, country is a chicken coop.
She close. She's close.
She close. She's a
what
they call
from
grits.
California. I'm like, that's all the same.
She's a grits. What they used to call them back in like the early aughts. Girl raised in the South. Or whatever.
I saw a meme one day that talked about how California thinks that the United States stops at Arizona. And I used to be like, yeah, it used to confuse me.
Yeah.
And then I realized, man, I don't know where the fuck Ohio is. Like, is in the middle? I don't, you know, sometimes I hear shit like Connecticut. Where the fuck is Connecticut? That's Northeast, I guess. Is it next to the lakes? Is it on I don't fucking know. And I'm like, damn, California really doesn't give a fuck about anybody else. That's wild.
It really don't.
So the point is that Rogue might as well be Cajun. I don't know where the fuck she's from.
No, you're 100%.
Anything east of Nevada is the South.
No, 100%. Fuck with y'all. But no, we got a here. Let's. I want to run through some super chats. We got some super chats up in here. Oh, by the way, Gavin, I will be seeing you. Yes, you.
I know. I'm just kidding, Gavin.
I'll be seeing you this Saturday. But no. Kate, we do need some. You know what? Here's the thing. You know what? You know what I feel like? Man, I'm gonna say something controversial and so brave. I'm gonna say it. I feel justified in saying this. Gambit is the storm of Cajuns. I feel justified in saying that because he's the one Cajun. Like, no other Cajuns get recognized in comics. Everybody pull, like, it's kind of like if I go out right now and poll a bunch of people, hey, can you name a black comic book character? 99.9% of them are going to say Storm. Like, just off the top of their head, Storm. They're going to be like, fair. Yeah, Storm. Like, you outside ask, hey, can you name a Cajun superhero? They'll be like, Gambit.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But here's the thing.
We got our one.
They even got a worse shaft, though, because you could struggle a little bit, and if you don't read comics, and like, okay, no, I said Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe they stop there. You might get to squeeze out Luke Cage. Give me another Cajun besides Gambit.
They'd be like,
if you don't know, I guarantee Judah couldn't answer that question.
Nah.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I can't do.
Pretty sure there's one character out of all of the Bayou. They got one mutant.
They got hey, everybody gets one. Everybody gets one. It's like, Gambit's the only one. We ain't got room for no more. We ain't got room for no more Cages in this motherfucker. Get him out of here. But no, I think that's so wild to me. It's like, you know what? I need Gale to do this. I need Gale to come up with some Cajun characters. I have a feeling we're gonna see some, because the current Uncanny X-Men takes place in Louisiana, so we're bound to see something. But we need something. I need something. We need more. We need more than just Gambit.
Bro.
What's up?
You know what's fucked up? I just wanted to see, like, hey, just for fun, we're gonna name some Cajun characters. I put it in the Google, Marvel Cajun characters. I wish I could share my screen right now.
Oh shit!
At the top.
Here, wait.
At the top, it literally. Pull it up. Just you Google. Tell me what it says over the top.
I pull it up as we speak. Here, I got to show you all this shit. Look at this shit.
Like, yeah, Gambit.
Yeah, Gambit. That's it.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
That's what you're talking about, right?
They're like, this is what you're looking for, right? Here, let me.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah.
And you didn't say Gambit, but clearly that's what you're looking for.
I want y'all to see shit. I clearly said Marvel Cajun characters. Gambit. Gambit. That's it.
Oh shit. Yeah. Hey, X-Men 97.
Wait a minute. Who is the French Marvel character?
George Batroc?
They're talking about Batroc the Leaper.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was just gonna say Gambit. But no, like, I just think this is wild. Marvel Cajun characters. Gambit, dude. Y'all need y'all's ass whipped. Oh my god!
But let's be real. I think the X-Men animated series, especially X-Men 97, they put respect on Gambit's name.
Oh yeah, no, they get X-Men. I mean, outside of his unceremonious,
it's just the way he could be gone, though, right?
Outside of that, we know he's coming back. So I mean, that's not a That's not news or anything. I mean, they made it pretty clear he's coming back as Death, paying off that story arc from the early odds.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, at the end they had what's his face, Apocalypse. We saw at the end of the it was almost kind of like Slick a Stinger. It was kind of Slick a Stinger, even though technically it kind of wasn't. But it was at the same time. They had a whole thing where you could see here. I got it pulled up right here. You could see the card, Queen of Hearts,
in his hand. Yeah,
and he had that big blue ass smile on his face. Because he was like, yeah, I'm about to do some shit. I'm about to drop some heat.
Not as cool design.
Mm-hmm.
As the X-Men Fox movies. That was way better. I almost made it to the end. Damn it.
He tried. He tried. He's like, no. Look, even Robo was like, he's like, nah, I can't do it. He's like, I can't. He's like, I can't make it through. I can't even finish that statement. Actually, here, I want to look something because someone just asked, does DC have any DC Comics Cajun characters. Here, let's pull this up. I want to see what we got.
Gambit at the top.
Do you want to see some bullshit though? Look at this. I just got Louisiana database. The DC.
Yeah, Louisiana is more than the Bayou. Let's see. Points of interest, Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
New Orleans. Let's see.
Let's see here. I was here. I want to pull this up. Hopefully this doesn't like tank my shit because this website is so not optimized. This motherfucker just has Louisiana as a state.
Oh
my
it's
god,
a region in the DC. Do you want to know what Louisiana's like? No character. I know you asked for a character, but you see, DC has Louisiana. Let's talk about that, huh?
Yeah, right. But look here, you go to here. It says so we got Abigail Arcane. Which you have for those that has a Swamp Thing character. Got Swamp Thing. Look, yeah, was it? Yeah, some of these other characters. Gentleman Ghost, formerly Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Yeah. Oh, and the Suicide Squad because they're based out of Belle Reve. But yeah, that is insane to me. That I literally asked here. I want to go back. I literally said DC Comics Cajun characters, Louisiana the state, and in the DC comic. Yeah, okay, all right. So
Angelica Wallace is from Baton Rouge.
I mean, that's something. I mean,
I gotta see her talk her talk bubbles. See if they give her an accent or something.
Yeah, no. Nah, man, fuck that noise. I was expecting more. I'd expected more, but yeah, this is what we got. Here, let's look at some super chats real quick. We got one here. Gillis Mo hit us with the 1999 super chat. It says bars. Yeah, because we were actually, dude, we were cooking, man. We were actually cooking a little bit ago. We were cooking, talking about how Marvel was out here bullshitting.
Cooking. Seattle KO.
Ooh.
Can't say that on the internet. Okay? You were playing with fire.
Look, when the AI apocalypse happens.
Hey, don't say I didn't warn you. I'm gonna be a whole ass deacon in that world. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. No. Look. Look, for as much as I talk shit about how much I hate generative AI, I will definitely say that I still put respect on ChatGPT's name because there are ChatGPT can be very useful when in the hands of good. Mm-hmm. It's terrible in the hands of evil. But but like something Robo and I joke about a lot. I remember trying to understand the difference between different types of hard drive setups. And I remember asking, I was like, what's the difference between this and that? And explain it to me like I'm a toddler. And ChatGPT had your boy. Because it was like, well, think of it as a toy box. You want me to talk to
you like you stupid?
Yeah.
Got you.
Talk to me like I'm a goddamn fool. But ChatGPT was literally, it literally took it and said, imagine that your hard drive is a toy box. And in this one toy box, you have all your toys. You can easily access them at all times, but you also have multiple copies of each of those toys so that way, if one toy breaks, you still have another toy. And it was like, well, this other toy box is a toy box just like the other one, but you don't have extra copies of your toys. And if one toy breaks, you don't have that toy anymore. Like, that's how it broke it down. I was like, dude, I have never heard anyone explain RAID storage to me in such a way. I think the same thing was like with I was trying to figure out the difference between, oh, that's right. It was when I was trying to figure out the difference between AV1 and then X265, X264 video format. And I was like, explain to me like I'm a toddler. And that motherfucker said, think of it as having so you have 3 boxes of crayons. These crayons over here are great. and they show sharper, more vivid color. And you don't have to use as much crayon to draw the same picture as the other two. And there was like this other one, this X265, you have to use a little bit more crayon, but not as much as X264. I was like, bruh, I fucking love ChatGPT. Where was ChatGPT when I was in school? Do you know how much I would have excelled in school if I had ChatGPT back then? I could have been like, man, look, somebody teach me this shit like I'm stupid. Talk to me like I'm a goddamn idiot and tell me something.
I don't know, but might have put us on game.
Oh, what's up?
Perplexity AI.
Mm-hmm.
And while you were talking, I looked at it up. Apparently, like all the AIs are like pretty much run about the same, right? It's all machine learning with the, blah, 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 depending on Google or whatever. But Perplexity AI is specifically designed to use the internet more and keep itself up to date so that you get more accurate answers. So it's like a better discovery thing. It probably is not as good as the other things. By the way, if you have ChatGPT, they've updated their talk thing. I don't know why this is so entertaining, but you can go into the talk deal, right? And then ask it to, from here on out, talk to you, pick a language. They have, you're from the Bronx. You only in African American English. Only in and it'll do it. It'll do it. You mute it.
Anyway, I believe it because not too long ago, I wanted to write a new channel description for YouTube. And I actually went to ChatGPT to see if it could come up with one. And I literally put the prompt and I said, "You are a Blerd. Write a channel intro for a YouTube channel that talks about comic books." And while I will say it wasn't perfect, and it didn't read it out to me, but the word, the script that it put down, the descriptor that it put down was actually not far from something I would have said myself. I went back and churched it up, how most people do when they use ChatGPT to write their emails or whatever. But it was one of those things where it's I don't really have a beef with ChatGPT. My beef is with generative AI. I think generative AI is fucking terrible. I do think it's dangerous to the industry, but not because it exists, but because how people use it. I think generative AI can be helpful in some ways if used responsibly and not taking the problem with generative AI is it has to take from something in order to make something. I think if the industry was smart and actually came up with concessions to put in place to make sure that the people whose art is being sampled and taken are kind of very similar to the hip hop industry, how people had to start clearing samples to put in their songs to make their new music based off of old music. I think something like that should be in place where, hey, if we're taking from something, if this generative AI has access to something, we need to be able to pay these people so that way food isn't being taken off their table, money's not being taken out of their pocket. I don't know exactly how you could police the thing, but I do think it's something that should be looked at. There should be an opt-in, opt-out scenario.
It's gonna take federal regulation.
Oh no, 100%. It's gonna
absolutely take, and it's easy because it's not like you take the AI and I don't know where it's gonna go. You're pointing it the sources to get learning from. Yeah. And I think it should be illegal to point them at sources that are not public domain. Right. Here's something else that a lot of people don't think about. And I knew about this, right? And ironically enough, ChatGPT actually, a search on ChatGPT helped me become more responsible with how I use AI. I have heard multiple times on Twitter, whatever, articles, AI is bad for the environment.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
AI is bad for the environment. And everybody always says that, oh, yeah, generative AI, I'm telling you, it's really bad for the environment. It takes water. And I'm like, I look, I'm a lefty, I'm a leftist. Of course, I want to take care of the earth. Of course, I understand environmental racism. I get it. But I'm like, how much energy am I when I play Hunt for 8 hours? How much energy am I using? You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking like that. I'm like, people drive to work. Like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Not use this new technology? Bro,
I'm just saying.
I asked ChatGPT. I said, okay, all right. Everybody keeps bitching about this. All right. I want you. This is what I asked ChatGPT to do. I said, I want you. Yeah. What about the energy we use for this podcast? Listen.
Oh no, you're not wrong.
This is what I told ChatGPT. I want you to use as a unit of measure time a household refrigerator is running. I want you to give me an equivalent for a basic text-based ChatGPT entry, a complex ChatGPT entry, and a image generative entry. It said for a basic entry, it's like running a refrigerator for 30 to 40 seconds. Bet I'm good with that. For complex stuff, like data analysis, things like that, it says it's like running a refrigerator for a couple minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, it says. That's a lot more than 30, 40, but still like not the end of the world. I'm like, shit.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm still not convinced. Bro, it said for generative art, it is the equivalent of running a refrigerator 7 to 9 hours.
Yeah.
Hours.
Jesus.
I'm like, yeah. And when we're talking about like the earth fucking warming up, and like, all right, let me tell you, I promise you, that was the last time that I used, because I'm also hate generative AI, but I didn't care. I'm gonna use it because I like having fun. Like, I'm gonna imagine a monster, or you know what I mean? Like, I like
You're not using it to make money. You're not using it to,
exactly.
You're not using it to like, I'm going to use it to write the next big Hollywood script.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you're not doing that. That's different.
But I won't even do that now. Like, I'm telling you. Oh, no, by the way, just to quickly, somebody else said, oh, you're also not thinking about the water. I did the same thing for water, and it said, for simple, it was a couple ounces. For complex, it was a couple, like about a dozen ounces, something like that, right? Like a bottle of water. For art, it was like, what, I forget now. And I don't want to lie to y'all. You guys can look. It was multiple liters. It was like 8 to 10 liters. So like just dumping out because of the water that's used in cooling these giant AI servers. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm never fucking touching AI art ever again.
Yeah,
I really highly suggest nobody else does either. That shit is ridiculous.
It's too much, and like I said, I don't. Much like how I feel about guns, I don't have an issue with guns. I think guns are perfectly fine thing to have, so long as you have them responsibly. But I feel the same thing about AI, just general AI, not generative. Generative AI, I'm honestly kind of like, you know what? If you want to make some dumb shit for fun, for funsies, whatever, but I still think it's not ethical to use it at all. But if you're using it to make money,
given the environmental damage.
Given the environment, I'm talking like from an environmental aspect, I do not think it's ethical. But from a monetary, I'm just like, even worse. Even worse.
Because now you're stealing from people. Yeah, exactly.
Because
you're destroying the earth and stealing from people. 100%.
You are twofold a supervillain at that point to me. Also, real quick, we have got one here. We got one here from Tubes of One with the 5 says they should cast Dazzler and make her black since originally she was supposed to be. Cast Coco Jones because Disney owes her and run with it. No,
my man.
100%.
My man. I'm telling you, make everybody black.
Look, hey, where's the lie? I don't see it. I can't find it. I cannot find it.
Actually, you know what? We're talking about Marvel's own Milestone. Bet Everybody on there. I want like Spider-Man. I want every major Wolverine. I don't give a fuck. Black.
Yeah,
Everybody's black.
Black. 100%. We also got Tariq Walker out here. Let's see, man, with the 25 says, congrats on the 100K, more expansion and more movement. And you know what? I caught myself saying this a lot. When talking to people about the milestone, and I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. This is a favorite saying of mine. Straight out of the mouth of Luke Cage. Always forward, always. We get look. The work has only begun. The work has only begun. We are, the work is still being done. There is no stop. Can't look. Not to make it a Diddy thing, but can't stop, won't stop, and there is no baby oil involved here. So we have also got Speedy Mundust 01 with the let me move that way so I can see it. Yeah, with the 5 says, congrats on 100K. Quick question: do y'all think Ryan Coogler would have been a good fit to direct Blade's movie? I think he could have done it. I think he could have done it. I tell you what, though, we'll really know the answer. When Sinners comes out. The period piece vampire hunting movie that is going to be coming out next year. We'll know then, and when Sinners comes out, I'll have an even more direct answer. But I will just say right now, tentatively, I think he can knock it out of the park.
What about Jordan Peele?
Ooh.
I don't know if I'd want Jordan Peele to do an MCU movie. I need my comic books to be comic book, like, you know what I mean? I need to be a comic book movie. I feel like he would make that shit too deep.
You know what I actually think would happen?
He makes me think.
Like, okay, if Jordan Peele, we were to take Get Out, Us, and Nope into account, it would be weird as fuck. So it would have to be something weird. Like, it would have to be something that lends itself well to being weird.
A Doctor Strange movie.
A Doctor, like if he did like,
or Doctor Voodoo,
or Doctor Voodoo. If he did like a Doctor Voodoo, I think he would do really well with that, because like you can get weird with that shit, and you can have a lot of meta commentary.
Exactly, I was about to say that. Yep. Give him some crazy
anti-Haitian
shit. Yep.
Like, ooh man, dude, I would eat that shit up. I'd eat that shit up. That would be
so dope.
I'd eat it up. Real quick, I want to do these two because I kind of lost these in the translation. But we got another one here from Tubes. One with the 2 says, "Our pride's from loving us, theirs is from hating us," and that's exactly that. Look,
bingo.
It's not. This shit ain't rocket science, y'all, and I want y'all to understand. Think about why they are angry. This is why I always say, think about why these people are mad. They are mad. Like, it's a, I joke a lot, because y'all have seen me. You've seen me play the clip. You've seen me.
Too many niggas.
It's that energy. Because here's the thing. They hate us. And they hate seeing us. They don't like being reminded. That one of the parts of, and I actually thought about making something kind of similar along these lines, but about comic books. But like, you go back and watch that skit from The Mighty Keith, which, by the way, if you don't follow him, you should. He's fucking hilarious. But one of the things he says in that clip when he's the anti-black fan in the skit, he says, "I finally get to go to Assassin's Creed Shadows, man, finally getting what I asked for. I'm finally gonna get to go to Japan and be an assassin in Japan. But I still gotta be around you niggas. You big lip baboon beasts." Like, you're just like, that's the thing. Reminding, I said this before, we were talking about Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and various other franchises, The Witcher. Their fantasy can no longer be fantasy because the fantasy they want is a world without color.
Boom.
They don't want us that's why whenever you hear people go, oh, why are they putting black people in The Witcher? There were no black people in medieval times.
That's right.
It's no, yes, there were black people in medieval times. Black people were in other places other than deepest, darkest Africa.
Yes.
There were all sorts of people of color. They're like South Asian people as we know them today.
Mm-hmm.
Latin, and when I say Latin, I'm not talking about like European Latin. I'm talking about South American, Latin as we know
Latin
them today.
Americans.
Like they existed. It just because they weren't a part of your stories doesn't mean they didn't exist. They existed, and
yep. And their large head ninja, they're talking about it too. They love to ignore that the Moors owned the whole ass chunk of fucking Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Just saying.
Like I will tell you that, this has a lot to do with like, anti-blackness in the land community, all that shit.
Yeah.
In my mind, I was always like, I'm brown because of indigenousness, right? I'm right? And it's like, there's a lot, especially in southern Spain, there's a lot of brown, Spanish, and indigenous and Portuguese people. Why? Because the Arabs, the North Africans owned that shit. They ran the whole deal. But yeah, no, Europe is just white. Europe is just white.
Only white people. Europe, all white. All white. There's no black people. There's no brown people. There's no Asian people. There's no nothing. It's all white. It always has been. Yeah, what was it? What was it? The asshole from Heels versus Babyface. Like, oh, you're gonna current day us. You're gonna current day us. You're gonna modern day us. Like, here's the thing. That's what makes them mad. Because here's the thing. Think about what they say. Pay very close attention to how the goalposts move. When Black Panther came out, they get a movie, huh? And there's no white people in it. There's only 2 white people in the movie. This is discrimination. Where's our representation? Imagine if we had a movie called White Panther. But here's the thing. You literally had 2, 3 movies called Captain America with a white dude.
Yeah.
You didn't complain then. Y'all were as happy. Y'all were as happy as pigs and shit.
When they talk about Make America Great Again,
when
they talk about America Great Again, let me tell you something. There's a movie maybe if you're young and you might have not heard of it, but if like most of y'all are around our age, West Side Story. Not because we're old enough for West Side Story, but because our parents and grandparents, knew about West Side Story. West Side Story is set in New York City. And it's Italians, right? It's a Romeo and Juliet movie. And it's Italians versus Puerto Ricans. And the Juliet is Puerto Rican and the Italians are Romeo, obviously. Every single motherfucker except for the Juliet, she was Puerto Rican. Every motherfucker on there, white in brown face.
Yep.
White. You couldn't even cast. And by the way, the migration from Puerto Rico to New York City the reason why it's an Italian versus Puerto Ricans, because there was already a fuck ton of Puerto Ricans in New York City. Nope. All white in brown face.
Oh yeah.
Sophia Loren was the one Puerto Rican thing.
Also,
fuck out of here.
I'll throw you another one. Let's go back
Rita
to
Moreno. That's what it was. Sorry.
Yeah. Remember, what was it? King Kong versus Godzilla. That was a joint Japanese-American production. There's a part where they go to Skull Island to get King Kong. But they did not want to hire any black people. You know what they did? Blackface. Those are all Japanese people.
Birth of a Nation.
Oh, same.
Blackface.
Same. Like,
We got actually super though? You want to know what's super sad about Birth of a Nation though?
What's that?
I actually started watching it not too long ago because I've always heard of it. I'm like, let me see this shit. Obviously, fucking disgusting. Obviously, a lot of blackface. But you know what's more wild than that? Actual Black Americans. Like I was like,
Oh,
it's not all blackface.
No.
Like there's some actual black actors.
Like just
in
kind
this
of,
thing. That's
sprinkled
sad.
in. Yeah.
Fuck. That's super fucking sad.
And it's, I don't know, man. It's wild. That shit's wild to me. Like the times that's used is like, cause that's the thing.
Mhm.
They would rather, in most cases, especially back then, hire white people, put some shoe polish on their face, and say they're black, than actually hire. Like Maverick, I don't know if you ever watched this. It's in the Good Place. It's on Blerd Plus. There's a horror documentary called Horror Noir.
Okay.
I actually highly recommend. It's actually it's you can find it on Shudder. If you have Shudder, it's on there. Fantastic documentary, by the way. But it chronicles the birth of blackness in horror, dating all the way back to those earliest times when in horror movies, black people were played by white people in blackface. And it's a very interesting treatise on how far we have come in the spectrum of horror movies as black people go, like to the point where some of the most popular horror movies in history have been directed by black people and most people don't even know. And it's just it's wild to me. But I will say I do want to get us into because I know how we are. I know how both Robo and I are. Robo and I can literally just talk. It's we don't even need cameras for this shit.
It's why we do this.
Yes. So what I want to do is I do want to shift gears.
Hold on, time out.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go shoot. What you got?
Chris Moreno just fucking blew my mind.
Oh shit, what happened? Let me go back.
I was literally like a few seconds old. It was today. It was today, just now, that I learned Lou Diamond Phillips was not Hispanic.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I had no fucking idea.
Here, let me pull it up. Here. I hit the wrong button for that one, but yeah, you get the idea. But no, that is wild to me. Because you know what? For the longest time, I thought he was. Because what is he?
He's Filipino.
He's Filipino,
and his dad is white and Cherokee.
Okay, which I guess explains why he used to get cast a lot of times for like indigenous, well, indigenous and Mexican roles. Okay, which and I saw somebody else bring this up too. Scarface.
I know. Maybe his dad had a white name. Not all Hispanics have Hispanic last names. I just assumed he had a white last name. I had eyeballs. I look at a motherfucker and I look at all his roles and shit. I'm like, oh yeah. I just assumed he was Mexican.
Yeah, no, same. I just, but you know what? That's on me. But yeah, Scarface and Carlito's Way and it's dude, shit's wild.
I'm a little shook right now. I just learned this.
and it's even crazier just because you think about like, people used to get cast. Like how many times have we seen and not even thought anything of it? There's been times we've seen both Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Taiwanese people
just playing each other.
Yes, and how many? Oh my God, how many times have we seen it and not thought anything of it?
There's a movie that I just watched. It was Falling Down, the old ass movie, right?
Yeah. Michael Douglas.
Listen to this. There's a cop, and Maneater. She grew up half Korean. Her dad's Korean, right?
Yes,
there's
I know what you're talking about.
Who's Asian, and there's a store owner who's Asian. The store owner says, and I might have it mixed up, but the point is still the same. The store owner says, I'm not Chinese, I'm Korean. And then the cop says, I'm Chinese, bro. And Maneater was like, he looks Korean and they look. I look it up.
And that's
They couldn't
exactly
even get that right. It's exactly what happened. It was literally a Chinese actor playing a Korean cop and a Korean actor playing a Chinese store owner.
Did you ever watch you know, it's funny how this comes up. And it's something I would not have noticed because of like the nuance of language and differences in language. I was watching the Korean, it's considered a horror movie, but it's actually more of a thriller or mystery. But it's called Exuma. It's about
I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's in the thing. It's very good. It's very good. But there's a part at the beginning where one of the main characters is on an airplane and a stewardess approaches her, and I think I don't know the nuance of the languages, so like, but I think spoke to the character in Chinese, assuming she was Chinese, and then she says some response saying, "I'm Korean." Like, so just kind of like, not the same thing, but just kind of like pointing out that, those differences, like, in more modern cinema where things like that are still being addressed, because a commentary on the fact that, because, what was it? One of the most common things you'd always hear people say is, oh, well, no one can tell the difference, or whatever, when there actually is clear differences. But like, that doesn't just apply to stupid Americans. It applies to people of other Asian ethnicities and cultures that even like sometimes it's and also China and Japan have their own sordid history with one another. Korea and Japan and China, they all have their own.
They hate each other. Yeah,
and there's a whole sordid history between all of them that would maybe kind of make you understand why there's like 100% not as much solidarity between their nations.
I mean, Japanese were pretty much like Nazis to the Koreans. So.
Oh yeah, no, 100, and to the Chinese as well. Honestly,
Japanese
Japan used to be the bad
guys. Japanese imperialism.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross. It's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. Yeah.
But what I do want to say is we do actually have a question here in our Discord from Qdoma, which, by the way, I do want to say if for whatever reason you have never joined our Discord server, well, you should. Just gonna put that out there. But I'm going to put a
This is the you did it.
Yep. It's YouTube takes a moment. Like Twitch is more like, which by the way, I didn't say anything earlier. We actually are live streaming on the Twitch side. I actually was able to fix the thing. We actually can do both. So yeah, if you click that link, you can get all up on that. Get up on that thing. But yeah, I'm gonna read some super chats, and we're gonna read some. We got a message on Discord. Because there was one more super chat we haven't touched yet. This right here from your that's how I'm gonna say it. With the $5 super chat, says, on behalf of my fellow white people, sorry, so many of us suck. It's frankly embarrassing. Look, let me tell you something. My wife is white, and I can't tell you how many times she'll look at me and be like, "I'm sorry." She's like this. She's like, "This is some white people bullshit." Like I don't know if I'm gonna tell the story real quick. I promise I'm gonna tell the story real quick, and we're gonna move on to the next thing. But my wife works in a dentist's office, and one of her coworkers. I guess for whatever reason or another, maybe Cynthia was looking at a picture of our daughter, and the coworker was like, "Oh my God, you have a mixed daughter? And oh my God, I want one so bad!" Like
fucking weird. What the fuck?
Exactly. It's like,
dude. And in their head, they have like no idea. But I'm gonna put y'all. Look. I'm gonna put y'all. I'm gonna give you an outside perspective from a brown, not black guy. African Americans can be pretty fucking that way sometimes. Especially in the South. Especially in the South. I feel like the education system in the South and the And I blame it on education. I also blame it on the secluded, like the South is still super fucking segregated.
Oh yes.
Black neighborhoods, white neighborhoods. When you leave the South, it's still a little bit like that, but not as bad, right? And I've met people who've never eaten anything but like barbecue or soul food. Like I'll be like, oh, I'm Puerto Rican, and I'm like, well, not so much these days, but like when I was growing up, teenager and stuff like that, like Filipino, what the fuck is that? Like you're Mexican, right? And it's like, no, okay, never mind.
It is so funny because like Jose just put this in here. It's fair to compare getting different Asian cultures incorrect, like when Mexicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans get all considered the same. Yeah, yes. And here's the it happens.
Here, let me actually answer that real quick.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Because it goes back to all the same thing. Here's the deal. Let me tell you all something. It's an opinion, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. The thing is this: it's all based on intent and context, right? Intent and context, right? So, if I say something like, "Man, I feel like Chinese girls, they all look the same." And when I say Chinese, I don't mean it in the everybody's Chinese thing. I mean like literally Chinese, whenever they're pretty, to me, they all look the same. Now, why do I think that? Do I think that in a like I don't know, they all fucking look the same to me, right? In this dismissive sort of way? No. It absolutely has to do with the fact that I don't have a lot of interaction with Chinese people, right? However, I could spot a Vietnamese person from a mile away. I could spot a Korean person a mile away. Those are the two ethnicities in Asian cultures that I am familiar with. And then really like even like Japanese and Chinese, I probably couldn't really tell because I'm not super familiar with that, right? So whenever somebody says, because I guarantee you Asians would say this, all black people look like. Okay, what's the context? Because if you're white, you're gonna definitely, probably deserve a slap because when a white person says it, when a racist person says it, they're doing it in a dismissiveness. They don't care about the differences between black people. Fuck them. I don't even, I won't even know what you're all about because I don't look at you. I fucking, you guys are shit to me. But when an Asian person says, okay, assuming they're not anti-black, right? Because there's anti-blackness is global.
Right.
It could be I'm not familiar with black people. I'm from an area where there's not a lot of black people. So your brain cannot discern. To Asians, all white people look alike. But because we live in a white hegemony and in a country that's 80% white, we know that's not really true. But we're used to seeing white people every day. So we could discern between them. So I think there is a non-problematic way to say all Hispanics look the same or I can't fucking tell the difference. But to a Hispanic person, I'm like, bro, I don't even look Mexican. Nobody fucking confuses me for Mexican. Clearly I'm from the Caribbean. But that's only clear if you grew around Hispanic people in your whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
if you're not familiar with Hispanic people, then I wouldn't get mad if you said you can't tell the difference because it's just different context.
Well, and I'd even go as far as say too, I like to think that I'm decent at being able to tell the difference between a Korean person, a Chinese person, a Japanese person, Taiwanese person, so on and so forth. But the thing is, I will even say sometimes, I just, for fear of not wanting to offend, I usually just don't try to I don't try to guess. It's kind of like when I used to have a buddy of mine they used to work with, and he was very ethnically ambiguous. A lot of people tended to look at him and just assume he was one thing or another. And people would always play this game. It was almost like he was at a carnival where they try and guess your weight or your age. It was almost like that, but for race with him. And people were always trying, and they almost never got it right. But people are just really funny about that sort of stuff. I found it. And to take it a step further, the whole conversation about my daughter, what made it even more weird was that the woman in question assumed I was not in the child's life.
Oh my God. That's just racism.
And assumed that I was not around. She's like, oh, her dad's black. Like they were like, oh, is he good with her? Does he spend time with her? Yeah, is he still in the picture? Like, it was like shit like
that's
that.
Fucked.
And I was like,
that
bro,
is so fucked.
That to me, I was just like, and here's the thing, I actually pride myself on being a good father because of the fact that my father himself was not around. I literally spent most of my life not knowing my dad. Like, I knew that he existed. I knew who he was. I had met him multiple times, but like, there was a huge chunk of my childhood that he was just not there. And honestly, he really only started being in my life very recently. Like probably like in the last like 6 or 7 or actually no, in the last like 10 years or so he's been around. But there was like a good majority of my life he was not there, and I don't hate him for it. But the thing is, I made a promise to myself that I was like, when I become a father, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be in my child's 100%. Life, whether I am with my wife or not. I will be a force, like a presence in my child's life that they won't ever feel like, oh, where's my daddy? So I actually took great offense to it. Like there was all kinds of assumptions, all kinds of assumptions. But I
think
guess,
there's levels to that shit, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like there's tone deaf, which is still rooted in racism. There's tone deaf. Some lady in the BX was taking me to like some section. She was showing me where whatever some fucking item was. I was in Hawaii. It was a little old white lady. And she goes, what? So what are you? Right? What are you? And I knew she was asking. I'm Puerto Rican. And she goes, oh yeah, I just want to let you know, I love burritos. I'm not making it up. Me and Maneater looked at each other. We're like, she goes, I love burritos. Like I know you're not Mexican. I know you're not Mexican. I just love Mexican food. And I'm just like, okay. Is that racism? Yes. But I think it's on a tone deaf
It's casual racism.
Like, it's like you're racist and don't know it, maybe. You know what I mean? Assuming the father's not around because he's black, that's not low-key tone deaf racism. That's like, I'm racist.
No, that's 100%. 100%. That's 100%.
She says the N-word. That's the thing.
No one should be saying to you that they like a food that is associated with your ethnicity or culture. Just
Can you
because,
imagine?
Dude, if a motherfucker came to me and said, oh my God,
I love ribs, or I love like whatever.
I love fried chicken and watermelon. Oh my God.
Can you imagine? Oh my God, dude.
OMG. Oh my God. You have to tell me all the good places to find fried chicken and watermelon. Like that's just it would be no, my God. Like
just there, you're like
but no, I will say we got some here. Man, we got
right, R. Kelly.
We got Q Doma says greetings to you, Robo and Blerd. Also, by the way, I do want to say real quick, we are going to open up the I guess we are going to open up the phone lines. I say phone lines as if we're actually going to be on a phone, but no. I'm gonna start it up so y'all can go ahead and start getting it. I think there might be some people already in there, maybe, possibly. I could just scroll. Yeah, I don't see anybody in there, but I'm opening it up. If somebody wants to get in. But we're gonna take some. I think today, especially because I am actually getting very hungry, and y'all would not like me when I'm hungry. And I know there's pizza in the other room, so
the sun is getting low.
Yeah, the sun's getting real low. But real quick, it says Qdoma says greetings to you, Robo. You and Robo, congratulations, Blerd, on meeting your mark in the Blerd Cave. Here is a question for you: have you ever read or watched read a story or watched a TV show or movie where independents or libertarians were the main force or they ran the world? That sounds like Atlas Shrugged. I always like default to Atlas Shrugged.
If you're talking about American libertarians, like the capitalist ones, then you would have Atlas Shrugged. Where
would you count Civil War? Because I feel like Civil War kind of had a little bit of that energy in it. Not like as a main force, but like
Well, I don't know the politics. Yeah, it was the main complaint, right? How they were so like vague about everything.
Yeah,
the guy with the pink glasses. Yeah, the guy with the pink glasses was obviously a racist piece of shit. But I don't know if they were libertarian. They could have been like straight up fascist and ultra authoritarian. I don't know. Yeah. I don't have a good answer outside of the way Atlas Shrugged is portrayed. But I will say on that line, I was watching My Hero Academia. I was talking about this in the Discord. That, I said this on Threads.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a little bit, probably way longer than it should, because I usually don't watch, anime. I'm not trying to find messages in anime. Japan is super like anti-revolution, like My Hero Academia. I started realizing, the Liberation Front. They were the villains, and then the villains screaming revolution. I'm like, oh, you're teaching kids that to demand freedom and to demand equality from your government, because all those people were getting shit on. Their complaints, right? Even though they were being manipulated by the villains, the complaints were real.
Yeah,
they were second-class citizens and they were discriminated against. But what the message of My Hero Academia was, yeah, I get it, but you're still not supposed to fight back. That makes you the bad guys.
Oh no, and it's not just
shit.
It's not just My Hero Academia either. Yeah, but you are right. It's a common narrative in Japanese storytelling where for us, we watch anime, we see those types of narratives, and we see a sympathetic character because our country is founded on revolution. It is founded on bucking against the system and change. But the thing is, in Japan, case in point, one of my favorite anime is Psycho-Pass. Psycho-Pass is literally all about maintaining the status quo. Like people being judged based on their mental health status. Like for those who don't know what Psycho-Pass is about, it's literally about a world where in the future they have a thing called the Sybil system. And it monitors your mental health. And you are graded on your mental health. Like, oh, wait a minute. Are you thinking suicidal thoughts? Are you thinking about murdering somebody? Even if you don't plan to, but you're thinking about it.
And they're
or
the
you're
bad guys.
Imagining it. Suddenly, a guy who's a cop can come out on the street, point their gun at you. The gun scans you, grades your Psycho-Pass that dictates like your mental health state, and says
we'll kill you if you're. Wow.
Yeah, and it'll say like, oh, your Psycho-Pass or your crime coefficient is at such and such level.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. Well, one or two things happen.
It's a Minority Report type shit, right?
Almost. It actually is very like one of three things happens. It either looks at you and says, "Oh, your crime coefficient is low, so you won't be shot," or your crime coefficient is up high enough that you'll be stunned, or your crime coefficient is so high the gun will literally kill you.
Wow.
And the whole point of the show is that the villains are trying to break the system because the Sybil system is oppressive and broken. Now, the way they're trying to break the system is wrong. Full stop. Because they're actually encouraging people to commit murder, because that's that whole thing that, well, if everyone's a murderer, no one is.
Can't kill us all.
Can't kill us all. Right. But the thing is, at the end of the day, that's really more the first season than anything else, and maybe the movie. But like the other seasons kind of take it a bit further. But the point is that like, don't buck the system. Don't be the nail that sticks out.
The people that had in this world, the gun that kills the people who was thinking about murder, are they the
Dominator, by the way.
Are you supposed to? Are they the good guys? Are you supposed to?
They're supposed to be the good guys
with them.
Well, yeah, they're the good guys. Well, but I will say this. Though. There is in the story a questioning of whether or not what they're doing is right or wrong.
Psychopaths, huh?
And then there are like the main character used to be a cop, but now I forget the exact name they use for him, but basically he's kind of like a hound, like he's a criminal because he did end up killing someone and became a criminal, but he became a latent criminal, and then he's put on the force, but he's not treated. He's treated as a lower tier cop.
Psychopath or psychopath?
Pass. PASS. But it's in the thing.
Okay,
I love it. It's a great anime, but it definitely like it's one of those things that there's a reason why there's so many anime and manga that are about bucking the system, but also at the same time maintain. Hell, Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen is all about breaking the status quo. Because think about it, all the people who are in charge at Jujutsu High, they want to maintain the status quo. No, we can't do anything new. You're trying to change things. But Gojo, he's the one who's like, hey, we need to be better. This is not right.
But that's a little bit different though, right? Because Gojo is the good guy.
He's the good guy. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's at the same time though, he's viewed as not serious. He's not a serious person. He's a rebel.
You read the manga?
I have not read the manga because I honestly have difficulty like focusing.
Okay.
I don't like the manga at all. But I will definitely say.
I wonder if he's learned it. Like if he does that and he gets corrected for it, like put in his place, and he learns a lesson, like what happened with Deku.
Yes,
he saved his friend. He wasn't licensed. He saved his friend's life.
He acted outside the normal bounds.
And in the episode, got chastised for it. And nobody said, you're being dumb, right? The writers, the actual text of the episode was, you're putting other people in danger when you do that. And this does not work if you do that. And Goku was like, they're right. The lesson, even though they showed him saving it, was even if you need to save somebody, it's not okay to be outside the lines.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you can't
what
change
is this
the rules.
cartoon doing? Yeah. So I was wondering if they do that in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, yeah, he's pushing it, but is he going to realize that was wrong all along?
Right? No, I don't think that'll be the case. I think what's going to, I can only speak to the 2 seasons in the movie that have been released. But I feel like what happens is a lot of times in these stories, even when the people who are the rebels are the good guy, or the people who are pushing for change are the good guys, there's still going to be some compromise where it's like, well, we can only do a little change. We can't be too radical. We still got to have some tradition. Like, I feel like that's what happens a lot of the times. And I know, like, with My Hero Academia having ended, like, they did kind of get to that point where...
is it over?
Yeah, the manga is not the anime.
Oh, I'm about to say, I'm like...
Yeah, the manga is done.
I'm caught up. I've watched all the My Hero Academia, and I was like, if that's the end, like, what the fuck?
Damn, that's some bullshit right there. No, but like, yeah, it's one of those things. Like, socialism is highly frowned upon in Japanese storytelling.
Yeah.
So socialism, progressivism,
and it is too in America.
Well, no, well, but yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is. It's like a weird funhouse mirror. It's a weird funhouse mirror. So much in that in Japan, it's heavily frowned upon.
Yeah.
Like to the point of, I would dare say, oppression. Like don't stick out.
Right.
Like, I feel like you'd be more greatly punished. But like you know, whether it's societal, cultural, whatever. But in America, I feel like, we have a little bit more freedom to express those ideologies.
That's it right there.
We have a little bit
I
more
think
freedom.
what it is that there in the United States, because there's social stigmas and things, right? But we have, and I hate to give props to the United States, but there's enough freedom to where there is an audience for stories that tell stuff like the Hunger Games. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like and so maybe other people might hear the Hunger Games and kind of like what most people, the head ninja said, most Americans don't know what socialism is. A lot of people see the Hunger Games and they're like, man, this movie's great. And I'm like, they're leftists.
Yeah,
they're communists. They're the ones trying to tear. You know what I mean? Like you hate them in real life. What are you talking about, right? But in Japan, there is no audience for that because there is no culture. Yeah, of course, we have authoritarians. We have entire MAGA rallies recently. I saw clips of it where they're like, yeah, if Trump needs to become a dictator, those motherfuckers are not revolutionaries. You know what I mean? Not even in an American sense.
Oh, yeah.
But there is a revolutionary spirit that is allowed to be here that does not exist in Japan.
Oh, no, that's why a lot of times the bad guys are rebels. They're rebels, they're revolutionaries, they're line steppers. They're the people who try to shock the system, even though but what they'll do is they'll always frame it in such a way to be like, oh, but they're evil. They're evil.
Gavin Goodry, Gavin says the problem is zero media literacy.
Yes.
You know what's funny? I keep hearing that, and for a minute I was like, man, I feel like people just keep using that as a synonym for being dumb or whatever. But no, that is true. Exactly it.
It is true.
It is why China, and this is not a good thing, by the way, but the reason why China is so much more strict on their media is because they are way more in tune with media that they know if we let them watch certain shit, they're gonna fucking get it. You know what I mean? Whereas Americans who fucking think communists are the worst are gonna fucking sit there and say, I love the Hunger Games. You know what I mean? I love fucking Star Wars. Like, bitch, you're not the rebels, dumbass. You know what I mean? You're the
Galactic Empire.
Yeah.
It's like that's why I said, like, you're not the boys. You're the seven.
That's right. You're
the seven. You're the bad guys. You are the bad guys. You do not get to be the good guy in this. You don't get to be Luke Skywalker.
That's right.
You don't get to be Han Solo.
That's right.
You're a stormtrooper.
That's it.
You're a stormtrooper. You are a goose stepping stormtrooper. Think about it. The Imperial fucking March. Come on. Imperial alone. It says itself. It says itself. We got another one here. Screwface Capone says, first of all, congrats on the 100K. Says that's like 1,100 times. It really is. It
really is.
And actually, and the scary part is when you say it like that, it makes it even crazier to me. It's like oh my god. But anyway, I wanted to ask this last week. A few weeks ago, I asked what properties deserve more gaming adaptation love. This week I want to ask, which video games would you like to see adapted to another media like comics, movies, TV shows, etc.? Me personally, I'd like to see Siphon. Oh my god, you just fucked my whole world up with that. Siphon Filter as a 24 style thriller, or Xenogears as an anime. So
I got mine easy.
Go ahead, go off, King, go off.
Hunt Showdown for real. That shit would be dope.
That actually would be
like a whole horror demon, but set in fucking cowboy times.
Dude, that shit would be wild.
That would be fucking so dope. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. So I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you how much I fucking love this game. I'm so fucking pissed that it has the bullshit legal battle surrounding it that it does, because it means we'll never fucking see it again. There was a game that was on PlayStation 2 called PsyOps, The Mind Gate Conspiracy.
Okay.
Fucking love that game. It didn't help that at the time I was a huge fan of the band Cold, and they had the theme song to the game. Like, with my mind, whatever. Anyway, love that game so much. Dude, they made an anime out of that shit, I would fucking watch the fuck out of it, dude. I would be like, I'd be sitting there, I can't take your thoughts away. Yeah, I would be singing that shit the whole time, watching like, yes, yes, yeah. That would be me. I would be doing like, y'all know Batista, how Batista would do the thing when he comes out to the ring, like, that would be me. That would be me, like, just like, oh my god.
I got one more. How dope would it be if they adapted Blue Marvel into a fucking movie? Wouldn't that be fucking dope?
That would be so crazy. Dude, that's crazy. Like, who would do that?
I mean, a man could dream. A man could dream.
Who would do something so controversial yet so brave?
So brave.
Like who among you? Is there a man among ye? Is there a man among ye who's bold enough? Who's brazen enough?
Yeah, but look.
I mean,
nobody knows who that is. You know why? Why would they do that?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
They only do popular characters, right?
Why would you? Well, I mean, and the thing is, Zone. I saw Lee X1 brought up Zone of the Enders. Zone of the Enders, I think, actually had a couple of anime, if I'm not mistaken. But I won't lie, the best part of Zone of the Enders to me, I'm not gonna hold you. I love the game. Don't get me wrong, but it was the intro, like on the PlayStation 2, like the first one, Zone of the Enders. Yeah, I don't know what it was about that theme song. That theme song used to have me fucking like hype. I'm like, oh, I was like, I fucking love that shit. That was my shit. That was my shit. Fucking God, love it. Anyway, oh, and then here we got this right here. Daryl with the $2 super chat says Persona 5 has that problem too. A lot do. Well, and the thing so here's the thing with Persona. I can't watch the anime for the Persona games because it's literally just the game. It's the game without the gameplay, and I'm like, nah, I'd just rather play Persona. Like, I tried to watch the Persona 4 anime, and I was like, I'm just gonna play the game. I was like, I'm just gonna turn the game on. Same for Persona 5. I was like, I'm just gonna go turn the game on. I can't do this. I was like, I can't do this, y'all.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah, it's the same. Let's pull up our first call. So the two people, I'm gonna say right now, the two people who are in there right now, that's it. That's it. I'm shutting the studio down. So we're gonna take Seek Fang and the Elite X1.
Seek Fang, you're up. Let's go. Make it quick. Nah, I'm playing.
Yeah, mute that just so.
You're good. You're good.
What's up?
Okay. But yeah, a few points. That whole discussion about how, how you were talking about Dr. Voodoo earlier, and how they don't really use some characters that they have much. That reminds me of a conversation I was having with a friend of mine a while back. Like, I think sometime 2 weeks ago, because I had been getting her into Marvel Comics, and she found her favorite character in the Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
So it comes to like maybe a week before we had that conversation, she subscribed to Marvel Infinite and then told me about this, what looks to be webtoon comic called House of Harkness. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
I didn't know they were doing that. Okay. And
Marvel Infinite is the world's best kept secret.
Yes. I was going off saying it's cool that that's happened, but it's not like it's gonna drag me in. I think they're gonna use mostly their usual Doctor Strange, since it looks like Magic School, alternate universe stuff, and then she tells me, "Oh, they also seem to have Dr. Voodoo in there." I'm like, "Wait, what? What do you mean they're using him?
Yeah.
Is this?" And then I start telling her, this looks exactly like a similar situation that they did over on Webtoon with the Batman Wayne family stories.
Yeah.
Where they're kind of using Duke, they're using Cassandra Cain, a few other ones. Like, it's real cool. I wish they would advertise it more, though.
Ernie was saying that earlier. Like, he's right. The publication is always room for improvement, right? But light years ahead of Marvel Studios. The movies,
Yeah. The thing that I also kind of feel about it as well is, while it's also true that they don't ever try to put these characters out there, another thing I do also feel is that sometimes they do listen, but they listen to the wrong people.
We're going to see what's up with this new super nerd, super fan focus group. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be
as well, because I feel it kind of like it's a similar situation to how the Persona 3 remake situation happened. Like, it's cool they made they did Reload. Why in the hell are we going to 3 instead of 1 and 2? Especially 2, because I love that one.
Well, also 3 is like 3 was already readily available. It was already readily available to play.
True.
And even though it's the shitty portable, I don't like Persona 3 portable. I think that's the one that was getting floated around. I feel like doing Persona 1 and 2 would have been a better move because those games are that much older.
Yes, I feel like they should have went that route because it was kind of the for lack of a better term, the better option to kind of also get some more eyes and more appeal towards those games because there's a lot of people don't really understand Persona as a whole. Sometimes, especially when we start talking lore, and this could actually kind of help bridge a bit of that gap. At least me, considering I'm a lore nerd for the series. I love some of the world building. I love how they use mythology and stuff, especially with how you talked about earlier of how a lot of Japanese media really does not like the idea of going against the system.
Right.
Revolution, right? Yeah.
Oh, Metaphor Refantasio is the wokest game I've played in quite some time. And it's wild. That's just wild.
Oh no, I know.
Bad. It's bad.
Oh no, like I said, I know. I am literally almost 80 hours in, or I think I'm past that point. Of which, thank you, Gearless Mo. I really like that. You gifted me that, even though I actually had the game pre-ordered already for PC.
You just cancel that shit now.
I kept it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I wanted that digital art book and the goodies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but he also says, speaking of Gearless Moda, because of copyright issues in Persona 1 and 2, Persona 3 and the current ones they have in their control. So I guess there was some legal issues with the first two.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I don't like it. I don't like that answer. Not that he gave it, but just the. I hate that that's the case.
How dare you, Gearless? How dare you?
Yeah, I hate that that's the case because it lets you know some bad business deals were made. Is what that is. Someone made a bad deal. Someone made a bad business deal.
Given this is kind of like I think in the case of Persona 1, it came out like the 90s, and then 2 was around the 90s to 2000s area, so I could kind of understand that. Considering they already had a remake in a sense.
What?
If you want to call that Portal remake.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, and I'll go ahead and tell you right now, they'll never make that mistake again because these motherfuckers got they learned their lesson. Especially after Metaphor. They're like, yeah, nah, we ain't never doing this shit again. They're like, nah, this is our shit now.
I would praise that. But also, I did want to add another point onto something that Gavin said earlier about media literacy. Not to take away from it, but I feel that it's not just the media literacy, but also here in the U.S., we kind of also have a lot of people conditioned to be willfully ignorant and to kind of fall a bit more into cognitive dissonance when they're challenged. So rather than when you're trying to get them off the edge, they kind of dig in deeper and deeper, and it really makes the media literacy and all that stuff a bit much harder to teach on.
That's right. No,
well, because they don't want to be wrong. They don't want to, and if you like, people would rather be right in their own mind, but be wrong overall, than to be right overall and admit that they were wrong in the first place.
Yeah. But that I will say that is not uniquely American. Like I said before.
True.
You have the Chinese having strict laws on what movies they will allow in there in order to keep their society in the bubble, right?
It's why we jump through hoops. It's why I say we. When I say we, I mean the Hollywood, American, film industry jumps through so many hoops to take make sure to take this. Make sure there's no gay kisses. Make sure there's no make sure there's no homosexual characters. Make sure there's probably not too many black people. Let's also make sure we take maybe make sure women aren't being too womany. I don't know. It's why we do these things. It's why we do these things to jump through hoops for various and sundry.
Gavin Goodry says to add to that the wave of anti-intellectualism. I would say that still goes to that point though. Like, what is driving the anti-intellectualism? And that is because the intellectuals are telling them they're wrong.
Exactly.
And they're like, Yeah, like university just brainwashing you now. I'm like, oh, of course you would think that.
Don't.
Okay,
But
never
the thing
mind.
is, but that's and to add to that, they definitely don't want you going to college.
Oh yes, they
But
definitely don't want you to.
but they don't want poor people. And I want to make sure I'm clear of this. They don't want poor people going to college, because the same people who sit here and tell you, oh, look at them going to college. They're going to go to college and get
Their whole family has degrees and shit.
Whole family's been to fucking Harvard, Oxford, fucking Cambridge. They fucking Ivy League, fucking doctorates, paid for doctorates, PhDs and shit. Fuck out of here. They want their kids to go to college. They don't want your kids.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want
Lisa Smith. Lisa Smith.
They want their kids, and they want people adjacent to them. Anyone that doesn't kind of meet the mold that they're in, such as wealthy, depending on if they ever care about things like race or ethnicity, they want those that are adjacent to them with money and who can be perceived as upper class.
Yes.
Get perceived as lower class.
A new type energy. Hold on a second. Hold on. New type energy. The thing is closed. We are live next week on Thursday. Carter presents a different story. You do your thing, but obviously, but yeah, if you're not Carter, don't join the thing. But that said, Sigfang, you're out of time.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you for giving me the time, and I will go back to playing Metaphor once this is over.
All right, man. Thanks.
Enjoy.
Hey,
real quick, Gavin, thank you. Quinn hit me up. I will most certainly be joining y'all for Gus's, because by the way, I want to say something too. I'm mad, not at you. I'm mad at Amazon. Amazon did me dirty as hell. I was actually gonna wait to tell you about this. So I called myself being smart, because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see Gavin. I'm gonna see him at for those who don't know, I said we got some Memphis people here. Memphis Comic Expo is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 26th, 27th, I believe are the dates. I'll be there. Obviously, Saturday I'll be there after the cave is over. I'll also be going Sunday as well. But I just want to point out, I picked up a copy of Superman 78 because I was like, man, I really want Gavin to sign this. But I'm gonna tell you what, man, I should have known better than I should have. You know what? I'm actually gonna return this, but I'm going to my LCS to go pick up one of these because, dude, first off, they sent this motherfucker bent. This motherfucker's like, I don't know if you can see it on here, but it's like, let me get it. Like, see how that's kind of like, that's not my hands manipulated. It's literally bent. It actually looks like the SS, the lightning bolt symbol damn near. And it's also got this, like on the back here, like it's all like this here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna kind of focus this, even though it's gonna fuck me up. But you can kind of see right here is that like they fuck my shit up. They fuck my shit up. But so yeah, I'm gonna get another copy because I will be seeing you for a signature.
Gavin said he got you.
This guy.
Don't buy that shit. Don't buy that. Ernie's like, worked.
No. Well, no. What'll probably end up happening is I'll probably just give it to my kid. She likes comics, so especially it's really funny. The anime to comics pipeline has worked in reverse for my daughter. It's made her like superheroes more. But like
nice.
My Hero Academia, because that kind of became her thing. But man, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Elite X1, you coming up.
Let's go.
What's up, Elite?
Yo.
Yo. Oh yeah, we got the video, by the way.
Oh yeah, I got the video. I have it ready. Okay, we're actually gonna play with him on. Oh,
there you go.
Oh wait,
he left.
What? What
happened?
happened?
He did that to himself. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
You want to play it right now or bring Carter up?
Yeah, bring Carter up. Go ahead.
Hey, Carter, don't forget to mute your mic. Welcome to the show. How can it?
First time, long time?
Yeah. You new here?
Robo, Hush. Young man. Hush. With this being the first show in this 100K era, I was for damn sure finna be a part of it. I don't give a fuck what day it is.
There you go.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't care. I'm gonna be a part of it. What ended up happening with Elite, it was a very simple thing. I just dragged his ass back down in the weight room. It has to be done. I'm here. Okay. If you go
I'm here. Get the fuck out of here.
If you gonna do the first show in this 100K arc of the Blerd Without Fear, you gotta have the heavy hitters involved. You got to have all 2.5 of us, Ernie. You know, you gotta have everybody here. Okay.
Hey, we both got God powers. What?
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Y'all ain't shit. I just want to put that out there. Y'all ain't damn one of y'all shit.
I hate that the first thing that I see in this 100K era is you getting a bad copy of Superman from Amazon. You know my horror stories with all those Judge Dreds I got from Amazon.
Oh, yes.
I feel your pain. That's why I'm good with Amazon when it comes to comics.
I don't know.
Well, you remember what they did to my saga?
I do remember that.
What's that one, that giant one in Colorado, Mile High Comics or whatever it is?
Yeah.
There's like a big ass famous. Anyways, if you order from there, damn, their shit, it's cardboard, but man, it's like a safe. It's like made for comics. It's all hard and shit. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just order from them.
When y'all know we did that claim sale recently when Dynamite sent me my books and stuff, they had my shit like in a box.
Yeah.
With the little card, you know, that thing we were getting for like in stock trades, where like the little insert.
Yeah.
They had that and double wrapped in cardboard and taped down.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they weren't bullshit.
They don't play. If you get your shit from a comic store, here's the thing though, you're not getting it overnight. So yeah, that's the only thing.
No, trust me. Carter and I both know because in stock trade they send that shit when they feel like it. Look,
I'll tell you what. I sent my shit to get graded once to CGC. 4.5 months.
You'd be all right. So I don't want to keep everybody because there is a live presentation going on. So
hurry up.
You and I have already had our conversation, Ernie, but I wanted to say it live for everyone to hear. Congratulations, my brother. I can't cry like you. I tried. I watched the video and it almost came out, and then I was almost in a wreck, so I had to catch myself.
Ooh, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
I almost poked myself in the eye, man. I feel bad.
It's just because you want to be a part of everything. So I want to go ahead and get Elite in here because I don't want to hold everything up. But again, my brother, congratulations on 100K, my man, 100 grand. You got to come out with 100K merch now. Blerd, the $100,000 man.
Yeah. Hey, he brought that up earlier when you weren't here.
Yeah, we're gonna get 100K. We're gonna 100K. We're gonna 100K. Sure, we'll get it.
Have a good one, my brothers.
Hey, thank you.
Yes.
Hey, take care. We got now. Now we're gonna bring up. Elite. Elite. We got Elite.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, good.
Oh, we got him this time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not touching anything. So I just called in. I just wanted to tell you guys reiterate what I said earlier when we were on Discord earlier. Congratulations for the 100K. First of all, you deserve it. I know you've been working hard for it, and from my perspective, I just want to say, you know, what you do, we don't take for granted, because I know for at least me, being on this channel for the last year, 2 years, however long it's been, has started to make me a better person, just about the way I look at things in general in the world around me. Sometimes that's what's up. You gotta associate with better people to become a better person in life. You know what I'm saying? So for me, not saying I was hanging around shitty people and all, but you know, I probably spend more time looking at these videos and in this chat room than I do hanging out in the streets like I used to. You know, so that's my perspective on that. I appreciate what you guys are doing on Thursdays and Saturdays for sure. The other thing,
you don't gotta say Saturdays. Like he's here, but you don't have to say that. You know? He ain't gonna do nothing to you. You're fine.
I don't know, man. We got that hive man. Man, he might decide
wait a minute.
like he might mentally zap me from like 2 states away.
Oh, God damn.
No, I'm not talking about Blerd. Go ahead.
Oh, you talking about Carter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he already dragged me. Out of the colony one time.
You're missing the whole
man.
bit. The bit is me versus Carter. Come on.
Nah,
Come on.
you're good. You can't anyway.
Okay. So the other thing I just wanted to ask about, not really ask about, because you know that was also another kind of threads conversation. This whole thing with the Undertaker and people kind of just now realizing that this guy is a right winger and a Trump supporter, when we pretty much should have known. Like for me, I knew this guy when he was Mean Mark Callis in WC, and not even WCW, NWA.
Shit, Memphis wrestling. He wrestled here in Memphis. Is Mean Mark Callis.
So even as far back as then, I'm like, you know, you should have known.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's something that, and I hate to give anybody. Sometimes you got to give a little bit of grace. I talk to people sometimes and I forget not everybody is as plugged in, right? So I might say something about Candace Owens or something, right? And like Candace Owens pretty famous. And I'll talk to somebody who the fuck's that? You know?
Ben Shapiro, same thing.
Ben Shapiro's, I don't know who that is. There are people who are just not plugged in at all. They watch TV, they play sports or whatever, they have a hobby, they go to work, and they don't give a fuck about politics at all. I think that's an unwise way to live, but the fact of the matter is that that people do live that way. So if all you know is wrestling, like he's not gonna be kayfabing racism, right? So if you don't keep up to date, I could see how people wouldn't know, because to them they're just characters. It's whoever they've made up in their head.
I mean, dude was coming out the Kid Rock, man.
Oh man, dude.
Well,
that whole American Badass era, he was riding that motorcycle. Coming out the Kid Rock, man. So like that, he's giving you, it's like R. Kelly, man. He's kind of been telling you, but you ain't been listening.
Man, let me tell you something. I was a huge R. Kelly fan, and I couldn't even talk shit. I was like, how did you guys not know? And age is none but a number. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah.
He called himself the Pied Piper of R&B. If you really know, if you know like the real story of the Pied Piper, not the nice fairy tales,
like the real version.
We didn't get the grim fairy tales. We got the nice fairy tales.
Because it was children, not rats, right?
Right.
Yeah. That cat was a whole kidnapper.
And it's wild to me too, because there have been instances where, you know, Undertaker is one of those wrestlers who he maintained kayfabe most of the time, like 99.9% of the time, like until he got into like the American Badass era. That's where he kind of, because that was that time frame where a lot of wrestlers were just being themselves but dialed up to 11.
Actors,
like because that was the whole thing. Like The Rock is just Dwayne Johnson dialed up to 11. Stone Cold Steve Austin is just Steve Austin dialed up. That was that era where they realized, oh, people love the reality behind the wrestling. And that was at that time where Undertaker was kind of in a rut because he was still the dead man, the guy who like rises from the grave. And it was like, okay, no one can take that shit seriously anymore. So he became the American Badass, where he was basically just a biker. Like he wasn't, he was still the dead man, but like, he was just a Hell's Angel. That's all he really was. He was just a Hell's Angel.
Pretty much. He wasn't walking around with Paul Bearer behind the urn, you know, and burying motherfuckers alive and all that shit, you know. Paul Bearer was gone.
Yeah, Paul Bearer was out. And the Druids, you didn't see the Druids anymore, really, unless it was like WrestleMania or some shit. But yeah, it was always like him coming out with the bandana on, the biker jacket. You could see like the sleeves, and correct me if I'm wrong, Elite. I'm almost positive that because the thing I saw people talking about was the T-shirt, the sweatshirt he was wearing that had the SS on it. I feel like at some point when he was like doing the whole sleeveless thing, I feel like he had a tattoo that was that. Like it was like kind of buried or hidden in like his sleeve. Yeah. I feel like at some point I was like just looking at him and one of his tattoos might have been that. I might be wrong. I might be misremembering, but yeah.
I know he had some kind of tattoo that said Pride on his arm. And
okay,
he had
yes.
like a,
but I don't think it said what kind of pride, or I think it was like being vague. Like, Undertaker's one of those guys. He's not gonna fuck up his bag. Like, I think he kind of knows. Like, that fabulous Freebird shit don't fly no more.
No, not at all.
But
yeah, Michael P.S. Hayes can go to hell.
Oh yeah. Fuck that guy. Not gonna lie, there's not a. Well, actually, that's a lie. There's a lot of people in wrestling that I honestly, oh my god. Lord, but he is definitely at the top of the. He's if not the top of the list, he is damn near close to it. For those who don't know, who we're talking about. Michael P.S. Hayes was one of the fabulous Freebirds, the wrestlers who used to come out draped in the Confederate flag, but was also very prone to dropping the N-word backstage and was behind some of the most racist backstage incidents in wrestling history. But yeah, no, I'm with you though. Like, for me, it was one of those things I knew, but I didn't know. It's like when I saw it, I was like, of course.
Right.
But it was also at the same time like,
I mean, even what was it? The Sons of Anarchy addressed it, right? It's like, it's pretty much known white biker gangs were white supremacist groups. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the Sons of Anarchy had to just be a little different or something. Like was the old guard was that way, but not the new guard or whatever. They
had that whole plot line where with
the Puerto Rican dude.
Yeah, where it was like, oh, what if they find out about my dad? Da 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 da. And then I think, but I think by the time you get to the end of that plot arc, it's like, so.
Yeah, they sanitize they're gonna sanitize it for television show because they don't want it. They want the show to appeal to everybody,
right?
And they want the bad guys to be the good guys, kind of like what they did with the Shield. You know, we know as far as all the bad shit they did on the Shield, we know it's 100 times worse in real life.
100%.
And the dudes on the Shield, they did it for good reasons. I mean, it was bad. But they did it for right reasons. By the way, the tattoo that Undertaker has is BSK Pride. And apparently PSK stands for Bone Street Crew.
Oh.
And it was a little make-believe clique that him and a bunch of wrestlers backstage had.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure nothing about racism involved with them.
I'm going to go on a limb and say all those wrestlers are white.
I don't see Sheldon Benjamin hanging out with them.
Right.
No. I'm pretty sure MVP was not invited to the Bone Street Crew Pride party. Going on a limb and say. I'm pretty sure Michelle McCool didn't pass him a drink at the party.
All right, do we want to watch this movie?
Yeah. We're gonna video. Yeah, we're gonna take a look. We got the Elite X1 indie game recommendation. Dation. Sorry, I had to do that.
I just want to say, I'm still on mic. That this game came out 2 days. It came out 2 days.
2 days?
It came out 2 days on everything.
24th. There you go.
Oh wow!
It's only $20.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, stay in the chat.
Hang on with us.
You should be able to hear it.
Because
you're gonna hear. It's gonna be a little bit shitty though. Just
I watched it
yeah,
already.
yeah,
I watched it already. It's pretty good, man. You did the damn thing.
that's what's up. Thank you.
Here we
so
go.
did you.
What's up, Nerds and Culture fam? It's the Elite X1 with this week's indie game recommendation. This week's game is one of the titles featured at last week's Steam Next Fest, Rogue Flight by Truant Pixel LLC. From the moment I saw screenshots of Rogue Flight, the anime fan inside me was compelled to try it. Let me tell you, the Rogue Flight is really special. It's an arcade space game clearly inspired by some of the greatest anime series of the 80s and 90s. The story follows a pilot who has been tasked with piloting a unique space fighter throughout the solar system to take down an AI system that scorched the surface of the Earth, killing millions. The gameplay is pure, fast-paced arcade action with controls reminiscent of games like Afterburner or G-Lock. Rogue Flight is non-stop adrenaline as enemy waves keep forcing you to use your tricky flight maneuvers and power-ups to stay alive. There's also a parrying dynamic at play here, yes, in a flight combat game of all things. The game even features an unlockable customization system for call signs, badges, arrow designs, and weapons. Add to that the inclusion of a branching narrative that promises multiple endings for that sweet replay value. The Japanese option voice cast is comprised of talent from Sailor Moon, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Gundam, Naruto, and One Piece. The English voice cast is pretty good too, featuring talent from games like Overwatch and League of Legends. Rogue Flight is clearly a labor of love project. How do I know? The demo had my eyes watery by the time I was done with it. The visuals, the soundtrack,
Had me crying
the
like
smooth
Blerd.
gameplay that reminded me of playing those type of games in the arcade as a kid, but with a heavy injection of anime feels. Any gamer who loves this type of anime and loves shoot 'em up or bullet hell style games would do themselves a disservice by not checking out Rogue Flight, coming October 25th for console and PC.
Okay, all right. I like
Yeah,
that.
I
I like
played-
that.
I played this game last week during the Steam Next Fest, and I played like a bunch of games last week because of the Next Fest. I played this game, and this is probably the fastest Robo ever got any raw videos files from me for this recommendation.
Damn.
I did that shit like
boom.
like within the next hour of playing that game.
Oh shit! You weren't playing.
That's dope. That's
you
dope.
mean
Yeah,
were
you
playing,
did
but
send
you
it to
weren't
me.
playing.
It makes it even worse that I didn't get it to you till today.
Yeah, but I knew you were working
he
on
had
it.
that. He had that shit to me like last week or however long ago it was.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I sent it right after I did it on like Friday or Saturday. Probably
Yeah.
Friday, yeah. Because
do you
know,
script this out or do you just talk?
what I do is after I read my research on the game and all from after I play it and I do get a little more research on the developer and everything, then I'll write like a very short script and then I'll ad lib as I do it.
Okay.
It helps me if I kind of have a few things jotted down that I know I'm going to say, because that way I can get it done a little bit faster. See, I when I was working on the old website that I always talk about, popcultureshock.com, when we were doing podcasts and reviews, I kind of got in the habit of being able to do stuff with like one or two takes. So I did that voiceover literally in like 2 takes. I only 2 takes because the first one I didn't really like the tone of my voice, so I just deleted that one. But I was really feeling that, and I knew what I wanted to talk about, and it was like boom, boom, done. Wrap it up, convert it, send it to Robo, and get it out of the way.
Okay.
And not do my typical Gemini procrastination.
Well, that's what's up. Yeah, you did good. I appreciate it. Yeah,
very
he
good
makes the
job.
editing. He makes the editing easy. Like I don't even know if I'm good at it because I edit Blerd shit. He's like, here's all the clips in the pictures. You send me everything. I'm like, man, I guess I'm just gonna put these things together, and yeah, it's like Legos for
We'll
me.
see what happens.
I'll put it this way. I sent you like some very specific stuff this time, and based on what I was saying in the voiceover, you cut everything I kind of hoped you would cut into it. Because I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You're the editor. You know what to do better than me. You cut this shit so perfect to the voiceover as far as like what I was saying and what was going on video that you would have thought the studio, you cut a better trailer than the damn studio for the game.
Damn.
I appreciate you.
Look, wait. So new career path. New career path unlocked. This is like I feel like this is the moment in Persona where you hear like the glass break and you hear the dun 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 dun. I art thou art I. You have unlocked the video game trailer archetype.
That's dope. I'm actually starting cinematography lessons next month, so this is gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot you said you were doing that.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Hey, man, I know you retired and all, but it's a side hustle, man. And side hustle ain't bad to have, man.
Side hustle can become your main hustle sometimes if you
That's
really
right.
if you really want it to be.
Just look at Blerd Without Fear, Mr. 100K.
Yeah,
exactly. Something you enjoy doing.
Yeah, that
and
actually
you will.
It actually is kind of the case. It
know
was a
what I'm
side
saying?
hustle,
Yeah.
so this was something I literally did for shits and giggles, and then it became a job.
It is.
So
All right, Elite.
hey, we appreciate you,
I
Pimp.
appreciate you.
All right,
Also,
y'all guys
now
have
I
a good
another
night.
game I'm gonna wind up getting.
Take it easy.
I'm gonna end up playing this shit. But no, we got a couple of actually I think we got yeah. We got some super chats, and we also have I think trying to see if I can find it. I think we have a Streamlabs one that I meant to get to earlier, but then like I kind of fell back behind on it. Where is my? I had it set up a certain way. Let me see if I can actually get this to do the thing that I want it to do. But
what hobby did you have that you made a career, Gearless? Podcast sugar daddy?
this motherfucker right here, Jesus Christ. Okay, here it is. I figured it out. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna scroll down just a little bit because we got one here from Bone Factory with the 10.
There you go.
It says, Robo, there's a spider on your shoulder. This was from a while ago, so that spider is likely already bitten you. You now have spider powers.
Is that real? Was it real?
I have no idea. There is something on the floor behind you I can see, but it's not moving, so I assume that it's not
that's my dog's toys. Oh, there's a dog.
Oh well, no, like there was something like further away that was like past the
something
passion. Yeah, it's probably I assume now there's like it's probably some dog was playing with. I think we did get Daryl. We got we got one here, Walter Baptiste with the 1999 Canadian super chat says, congrats on getting to 100K. As a Caribbean-born, Cajun-raised, Canadian living Afro-Latin, you guys have brought up my life without even knowing it. Appreciate all you do. We really kind of slick did. We actually hit all of those points, I think. Yeah, we hit a little bit of the
wow.
Yeah, we did. We actually did.
Damn, we discriminated against Canada though, but I did bring up Wolverine in one of my jokes. So
you
boom,
did
nailed it.
Well, yeah, technically, yeah, we did. We literally hit every single facet of their being.
That's what's up. We're here for you, Baptista.
We got you. And we also got Levesso the Samurai also over here with the 1999 Streamlabs super chat says, wanted to say congrats on reaching 100K. I'm missing today's show because I'm playing Metaphor Refantasio at the moment.
Damn, maybe jealous. I do need to get this game. I'm a FOMO fool, man. I don't even like Japanese kind of games like that, but I'm like, nah, everybody's playing. I gotta play that.
She's like, no, I need to know.
Yeah.
He says, "Have a good night and be blessed." Well, I will say this: if you're playing Metaphor or ReFantazio, you're doing the Lord's work. It's a great game, fun game, very narrative driven, good solid story. Also, probably my favorite part about the game is
it's woke.
it's so woke, and I love the fact that it's literally about trying to build a better world and looking past people's differences, not judging people based on the color of their skin or the fact that they have horns coming out their head or that they have a third eye sitting right in the middle of their forehead or that maybe they're short or like maybe a mouse person. I don't know, but judging them on the content of their character and getting rid of systemic racism.
I like that I'm being warned about how long the game is because you know me, I don't like sitting and playing video games for a long time straight.
Oh God, no, he does not.
I don't.
Doesn't.
I like playing football and hiking. I wake up early in the morning and go skydiving. You know,
he hates it. He absolutely hates it. He absolutely hates it. Don't threaten him with a good time.
I've never pulled a 12-hour gaming day.
I was gonna say, this motherfucker, I remember when Baldur's Gate was out, Baldur's Gate 3 was out. This motherfucker literally sat and played that motherfucker all goddamn day. I know for a fact.
Dragon's Dogma.
God, those two games. God. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why Manuel loves me. I'll tell you what. She'll wake up, I'm on that game. She goes to work, I'm on that game.
Look, be like I remember this old buddy of mine. His girlfriend would do that shit. She would come home from work and look around the house, see nothing was done, and she would go walk up and put her hand on the back of the PlayStation and be like,
"Hot as fuck."
It's like, okay, so you just couldn't.
Oh shit!
That happened. Hold on me. Well, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. That is my status access violation for the hour. So there's that.
Now I want to try. I remember you told me about that. Try reinstalling the browser.
You know what? I will try, but it's doing it with all of them.
Ooh,
like all of them. So like it's something that's like it's a deeper problem. But I'll deal with that another day. But like it is annoying as fuck, especially when you're trying to upload a video. Because it happened to me today when I was uploading the X-Men video today. It's why another video has not been uploaded because it kept like, you know, it's a Chromium-based browser thing is what I've come to find. But
right, so try Firefox and see if it still does it.
It did it on Firefox.
Oh, so then it's not it's not so just your IP then.
It might be. It might be. I don't know. It's
maybe you're getting sniped for Blerd Plus.
Oh, maybe. You know what? I didn't think about that. That might be the case.
We're shutting your shit down.
I have to look into that. I might have to just reset my shit. We do have another one here. We got Gearless Mo. Also, with a 1999 super chat says Razor Ramon did Tropic Thunder before it was a movie or meme. Yes, he did actually. For those who don't know, Razor Ramon would literally come out to the ring. His whole thing is that he was basically supposed to be Cuban. The whole pitch for his character was Scarface, basically. He'd be like, "Hey, I'm the bad guy, Razor Ramon, Chico." He would walk out. He'd have like the fucking like full on chest hairs and shit. He'd come out with like a little like bright colored vest. Have the gold chains on. He'd have his hair like slicked all the way back, and he'd have the bronzer on his skin to make him a little darker. And
so brown face,
little brown face. Like I think or maybe he just tanned. I'm not really sure. But point of the matter is, he normally wasn't that dark as he was when he was like doing the Razor Ramon character. And he'd always have a toothpick hanging out of his mouth, and this whole thing, he'd take the toothpick out, and he would flick it in your face and be like, yeah. He was always calling people Chico and shit like that. And yeah,
his real name was Scott Hall.
Yep.
And he was born in St. Mary's County in Maryland.
Yep, he was.
You have to be from England to get whiter than that.
Yeah. It's crazy. You can't make the.
You gotta be from Norway. I think Norway you can be a little bit whiter than that.
Like the day I discovered, like when they went to WCW and he was no longer doing like the Razor Ramon character, he was just being himself. I was like, because it was funny. It then became that he wasn't necessarily putting on a voice, but that it was because he was always drunk. So he was just always slurring his speech. So it just became a natural thing. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, this is drunk all the time. But it was still fucked up that he was doing like the... I have no idea. He might be shit.
Somebody in the chat said he's Italian. And which is wild because Italian is right there. You could have just done a Dago. Like what?
But no, he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that.
I want to do brown face.
I legitimately remember him saying that it was all pitched off the strength of Scarface.
Nah, he wasn't Italian. He was Scottish Canadian.
Oh, wow.
That dude is like white on white on white.
Oh, damn. Well, I mean, we also got to remember this is also around the time that we had Hakeem the African Dream, who was a whole white guy. So, yeah, go figure. Yeah. Wrestling's racist.
Hey, but don't forget. I don't understand why we have to have so many brown people, and like it's no one is more persecuted than the straight white Christian.
Straight white Christian male.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
Oh, wait! You went full on robot on me.
Is that?
Yeah, like you're going like auto tuney on me. Though truth be told, maybe that's a sign because no. Oh, wait, he's back. Dude, the fact that these Discord notifications are all spooky dooky is wild, and I have not gotten used to it yet. Oh, shit. There it is. Oh, God.
We'll see. I don't know what that was about.
I have no idea. It's just, well, no, because it's playing all these weird, like, spooky dooky sounds.
Halloween thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's like okay, whatever. But anyway, I was just gonna say, shit. I think we can actually go ahead and call it.
Yeah, there you go.
I just looked up and realized we're almost 4 hours in. But you know what? It's been a fun 4 hours, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody who showed up. Once again, thank you all for the love, the 100K, and the everything. Y'all probably gonna see me talk about it some more this coming Saturday on the cave. We're talking a bit more about it. We probably will. And you know what that means? It also means I actually, I thought about doing it today, but I'll wait till Saturday. Because I'll have a little more time to be prepared for it. Get all my ducks in a row. But we will be giving away some shit.
There you go.
We will be giving away some shit. So, and depending on what we give away this Saturday, we might give away some more shit next Thursday. That said, I just want to say thank you all. I love you all so much. Y'all are so fantastic, so great, so wonderful. Thank you to Elite X1 for hooking us up with the Indie Rec. Thank you all for just all the awesome and cool and amazing stuff that you guys are doing out there in the chat, just being awesome, keeping this community fantastic. And for those of you who do live in Memphis and are going to be at Memphis Comic Expo this weekend, maybe you'll see me there. And if you do, please feel free to walk up and say hi. I do not bite, I promise, because I think biting's gross. But yes, please walk up, say hi. I put on my pants one leg at a time like everybody else. So, hey, don't make it weird. If you're nice to me, I'm going to repay it with niceness back. I'll find some random thing about you to compliment you on back, so it's not awkward for me. And then, I got nothing else. Yes. By the way, go say hi to Gavin too, because Gavin will be there as well. And especially if if y'all have any copies of the some of the more recent Birds of Prey, or maybe if y'all go pick up his Superman 78. I don't know. Just putting that out there. Maybe go over there. Maybe go to the booth and go to the table. Maybe pick up some things. I don't know. I'm not telling y'all how to live your lives, but I definitely think those would be awesome things. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go because I like art and I would like to see art. So that's what I'm gonna take a look at. So you guys go do that. Go do the thing. And you know what? We're building on I'm kind of looking towards 250K, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 grand with you.
1 mil.
I'm looking at 1 mil now. Yeah, it's 1 mil. It's 1 milli. It's 1 milli. Because I don't think they give out the plaques for like 500K anymore. I think it's like literally 100K, then a million, and then after that it's like I think 10 million, and then so on and so forth. I don't know if we'll ever get to 10 million, but I goddamn sure want to get to a million. So I need y'all's help. I need y'all out here hitting the like button on every fucking video. I need you out here hitting the share button on every video, every live stream, like button, share button. If you are watching the channel and you are not subscribed, please consider just for me, hook a brother up. You know, get us that sub. You know, you will not regret it. I promise you. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. I promise you. I'm not one of those people. You will not regret it. Make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on anything and all that good stuff. For that, so guess that's something if I buy Ernie's dinner. Do it for the Blerd. Hey, look, y'all heard him say, look, that's crazy. Because see, what I was gonna do, I was gonna give Gavin the David F. Walker treatment. I was gonna buy him dinner. I tell you what, if y'all go buy enough stuff from Gavin, we'll buy each other's dinner. How about that? So that said, thank you all so much. Again, I'm gonna say it forever. Y'all probably gonna get sick of hearing me say it. I'm gonna keep saying thank you. And you know what? In the spirit of today's conversation, for Robo of Left Face TV, for Elite X1 for giving us the amazing indie rec, and for me, I'm the Blerd Without Fear. And Undertaker, you can go to hell.